Alrighty, let's take a look, see if the internet thingamabob is actually working fine. Because if it is, then that means we should be live, set, good, and ready to begin another week, ladies and gentlemen, of the PokePod World Podcast. Hopefully everybody can hear me loud and clear, because if you can, then that means we are doing A-OK. I'm starting to see a lot of A's and H's and Woo's, so thank you guys so much for letting me know if things are indeed turning out great. I, of course, am going to be your host, as always, Mr. KG Prestige, the man who has somehow managed to get 2 tweets up to 5K likes or something. I don't know what happened. I literally just blew up randomly on Twitter for some reason with like 2 tweets. So, I, of course, am your host for today, and I, of course, will be joining with a lot of my pals really soon. I'm just making sure everything is running smoothly before I hop into the call, and we'll see where things go from there. But I think tonight's session of the PokePod is going to be a fun one, given a lot of events that have kind of been going down recently. So if you've seen the trailer for the future episodes of PM 2019, know we're going to talk about it, the recent episode of PM 2019, and as well as other various little small things we always do at the very start. So I'm going to go and hop into the call, and we're going to go see where our conversation goes from there. So, I hope you guys sit back, relax, enjoy the show, do what you normally do, guys, and hope you guys will have a good one this week. So, let's hop into it. Hello, do you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
We hear you.
Thank you. I was kind of concerned about that because Discord was acting a little wonky earlier ago, so that's good to see. All right, so let's see what the chat's got saying. I see somebody already writing Greninja returning hype. I don't want that weed whacker in my life, man. He could stay in Kalos for all I care. I don't need him coming back. Someone else did blow up into tweets for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
The dancing egg. Ah, yes, everyone's talking about the dancing egg. So, of course, TSS, somebody was talking about your stream. How'd your stream go, by the way?
Great. We are now at level 70, which means we finally can finish this damn thing. So the goal has been reached, and now I got to record the parts.
All right, sweet. So we'll see where things go for that. I'm not sure when we're going to record them, but maybe sometime either later this week or next week, as you maybe predict. But yeah, so glad to see the stream went a complete success. How about you, though, Evie? How you doing, buddy?
It's been going pretty good myself, man. It's been
All right.
just been catching up on my studies just so I can give myself a little more breathing space for this spring break, at least.
Yeah, right? Well, I mean, are we all in spring break at this kind of moment? This is like a very awkward spring break.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the ultimate staycation of staycations.
Bro. Yeah, so like, of course, we're not going to really talk about it today because I'm pretty confident nothing really major has been going around the world lately. So we'll keep that for another day whenever we want to talk about that, if we ever talk about it. But I want to take this chance to talk about, anime for a little bit. Obviously,
All right.
you and I had our recent pod not too long ago where we talked about some of the shows that are airing this season. And a lot of them so far we've been pleasantly excited to look into watching. I did get a chance to watch 2 anime so far that I mentioned I wanted to watch. And I will say right now, I am pretty happy with the list. I'm pretty happy with what we got so far. I know Fruits Basket came out today, the first episode of the second season.
Oh, that's right.
I didn't get a chance to watch it, though. I will watch it eventually.
All
Just
right.
not today, unfortunately. Somebody else joined us. Hey there, Terrell.
Hey.
How you doing, bud?
Hello.
Pretty chill. You?
Yeah, we're pretty good here as well. Just talking about anime this season, of course.
Wait, do you actually have music playing in the pod, or am I?
No. I don't have any music playing right here.
Oh, sorry. On the stream, it says music under.
Oh, that was the music that was playing during the setup stuff that I was doing.
Oh, okay.
Let me turn that off. Thank you for letting me know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 is pretty fun to watch, KG. I do like the character designs in the series so far. I will say that. I once again, I've given hope to both Arc V and with Reigns, and so far they've kind of pretty disappointed me. So, fingers crossed that maybe Sevens could potentially be the one to save, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime franchise. Not sure.
Only one can help.
Yeah. So, Evie, have you got a chance to watch any anime from this season?
I did. I believe I watched up to a total of 3 animes for this spring so far.
Really now?
Mm-hmm.
And what were they?
Now, of course, okay, so the 3 animes were My Next Life as a Villainess. That was
Mm-hmm.
one of them. I caught up with all 6 episodes of BNA.
Nice.
And I watched the first episode of Digimon 2020.
Oh, sweet. I know TSS here wanted to talk a lot about Digimon 2020 here. Which is, I
as
believe,
as
just
do I, man.
called Digimon Adventure, whatever that
Just
thing
Digi-
is at the end.
colon.
Yeah, colonoscopy. I don't know what it is. That thing. But yeah, so why was that? Did they ever mention why that's there? I guess they
Well,
just
if you
needed
look at
something
the
to
logo,
separate.
if you look at the logo, it's actually Digimon Adventure : then a Digivice.
So I guess the full title is supposed to be Digivice, but in the English text of the cover of the logo, it just says Digimon Adventure and that.
Well, it's kind of like the Led Zeppelin 4 problem,
Mhm.
where the title is just like pictures instead of a name. That's why people call it Led Zeppelin 4. So it's
Mhm.
kind of like the same thing. In typeface, you have to call it Digimon Adventure : and that's it, because that's what it is. It says Digimon Adventure : then a picture of a Digivice. But how the fuck can you say that? I mean, you can't like
you
you
can't
can't
say
like
that.
really you can't say a picture. So that's what it was.
All right. Well, I guess there's that. So, obviously, TSS, I know you've been anticipating a while now with this particular anime. You've been looking forward to this the most because you've explained your story before, how you really enjoyed the original Digimon Adventure. In fact, you just watched it not too long ago, and you were looking forward to see the reboot because this doesn't look to be a continuation. This looks to be a straight up reboot or a remake of some form, going on a completely different adventure than how it was with the original. So, with that said, I'm kind of curious, TSS, Evie, what did you guys think about with the first episode of? I was gonna say PM, but it's not really that. Well, what would be the short for it? DA.
No, we'll just say Digimon Adventure 2020, because I think it's easier just to say that because it's a 2020.
Yeah. Oh,
Somebody
Digimon
said
2020 works either way.
Digi 2020 or Digi 20, however you want to go with. The point is, it's Digimon. What do you think about Digimon's 2020 adventure?
First of all, I did like Nozawa's intro. She's a narrator now.
Yeah,
I did
the
like
VA of
like
Goku,
that.
for those who are unaware.
Yes.
In Japan.
Also, I did like at the after the opening, which great opening, by the way.
Oh, dude,
was.
I'm not gonna lie. That to me might be top 3 openings of this season. It really is good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, people have been kind of debating whether this opening is a fitting replacement for Butterfly. In my opinion, I think it is. I think it
Yes.
really is a very solid replacement. It really, this opening hit.
Hit hard.
I call this a home run.
All right.
Yes, and I did like after the intro, they reference the digital world, and also you hear, freaking your freaking robotics 56K modem sound. Love that dial up. Getting a lot of people memories. But the premise of this series seems to be much different than the original one, because as people recall, the original Digimon, they had all of them go to a summer camp and then they're sucked into the digital world altogether.
Yeah.
As opposed to this, where it was, you start in Odaiba, and you have Taichi just at his home calling his mother on the cell phone, which is interesting. Then as they're transferring at Shibuya Station, because they're transferring to get on the Yamanote line, because they don't say that, but that's what it is. So as they're on it, something strange starts to happen, and all of the electricity goes haywire, and all the trains go extremely fast and can't stop. And then so then what ends up happening is Izumi knocks on his door and he says, "Are you interested in the summer camp?"
Which is a nice little callback
which
there, I
is
guess.
kind of a little nod, yeah.
Yeah.
And then and then basically they go together. They try to get down to the train station because obviously something is wrong, and Izumi shows something wrong, and he has like a foldable. He has a 2-in-1 now, He doesn't have a laptop. He doesn't have a rip-off iBook anymore. He has a 2-in-1.
Yeah.
So they head down. They head down to the train station. I think that train station probably looked like on maybe the Rinkai line, because the Rinkai line goes into the the Saikyo line, and usually you would transfer at like Shinjuku to get on the Saikyo line. So that's probably what they were doing. So basically what ends up happening is they get a distress Taichi gets a distress call from his mother. Why, right? And Hikari is with her, and then they're on the train and they're out of control. So basically, and this is like the heat of rush hour, right? So the spacing between the cars is 2 minutes. So essentially now what they have to do is, so Taichi jumps the turnstile and tries to run up to the train, try to grab onto a train, and then all of a sudden the Digivice, his Digivice symbol flashes on the phone, and he gets warped into the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then because he hears Koromon. Taichi.
Yeah, the little pre-evo, I guess we can call it.
Yeah.
And then you see Taichi free falling into the digital world, and then you see Koromon there, and then they land, evolves into Agumon.
Mm-hmm.
The crest of courage, that's right. I think it's GQ something. I forget the damn
But at least you remember the English one.
Yeah, well somebody flashed up on the thing, and I remember that. Yeah, that's right. So Taichi obviously is kind of shocked, like, what is this? Is like Digimon?
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying, so they have, because I didn't write down any of the fucking names of the evil Digimon there, but I know that go ahead. Yeah.
The name of the crest that you're looking for in Japanese was Yukino Moncho.
Yuki.
Yuki. Yeah.
Yeah, Yuki Omochi. That's right. Because that's what it is. It's the crest of courage.
Yes.
So I'm trying to figure out what the Digimon was, because I've been trying to find. I mean, I only watched it like live, and that was it.
Yeah, but they're digital monsters. We can.
But basically, but essentially, this Digimon, the whole bunch of like evil Digimon are fucking up the power. They're fucking up the electrical system.
Mm-hmm.
So Agumon now has to, destroy them, and Taichi too. They have to destroy him. While
Argomon. They were Argomon.
Okay.
Argomon.
Yeah, Agumon. So we have those. So what makes this interesting is that Izumi is talking to Taichi while in the digital world using the Digivice, which is completely different than what the original series was, which I kind of find is cool. Because hey, it's like, because they were saying it was they specifically said, oh, it was cyber terrorism, but no, it's just Digimon. So basically, we have the Agumon and Taichi trying to defeat all these Agumon and basically destroy all of them. So then what ends up happening is they form into this giant Digimon, and basically they thought, oh, we got everybody, and now you have this giant Digimon appearing, and it's like it's still like it tapped into the Yamanote lines trains. Yeah. So and then the what I did like about the cinematics here was that they were going between the digital world and real life, showing the tension, showing everything, while they're in the train and whatnot. I love it. I love that. But I think the best part was when Greymon showed up. You see their new form of like Digivolution, kind of the evolution
was impressive.
The animation was really impressive. It was really nice.
So, from what I was told regarding one of the animators that did the sequence for Greymon's whole fight with the giant Digimon, the animator is actually well known for doing a lot of toy animation films, but never really helps in the TV series for anything. It wasn't until Digimon 2020 where the animator actually came to animate the TV series for Digimon. So that was actually really cool because he's more known of a film animator than a TV animator. So that was a nice little detail there that I appreciated. Incredible animation in this first episode. To me personally, my favorite bit has to be when Taichi grabs one of the Digimon and just swings that motherfucker just all over the place before flinging it into the air. Like I was like, bro, he's going in. I was rooting for Agumon.
Well, he's Data. I mean, Taichi's Data, so he can do what the hell he wants.
Yeah, I just didn't expect it. Like he just went in like a boss, like bam, and just killed all three of them.
So so basically, so when Greymon digivolves, he basically destroys the giant Digimon, and then all is right with the world. The electricity comes back on, and the train operator is able to stop a train in time because they were about to collide, and they really drove home that fact. I did like I said, Izumi was. And did you? And I like to say, I like the part where you saw the little sections of like Izumi's screen look like the freaking Digipet, the Digipet device.
Yeah,
like you see like the sprites. I love that. I absolutely adored that. I love that callback. That means that they really cared.
Yeah,
and and that means that they're going to be releasing new Digivice toys, and I'm excited for that.
I'm excited for like the storyline. I think that's going to be one of the more refreshing things about this series is because it's not going to be like how it's done with the original. A lot of people were concerned that it is going to be a straight up copy paste, with some additional tweaks here and there. But no, you could clearly see that this series is still paying respect to the original, but going its own separate way. Kind of similar to, I guess you could say, with the Pocket Monster series and with the movie I Choose You, where the beginning is familiar, but the ending or the direction that the series is going to go is heading on in all different direction. And I have high hopes that this series will be great. I really
so just to wrap this up,
Pikachu shaking his ass on the Pokeball.
Yes. So ending off the episode, you see Yamato on Garurumon. And Izumi mentions that there's cyber attacks going on in America. So that's going to be the next episode. So now they're combating Digimon. So Digimon is causing cyber terrorism. So I like this. I like the idea that you have to go all around the world to destroy these evil Digimon. I love that. Concept. The concept is a lot better than what they started with in the original series. So I'm really looking forward to watching this every week. And the ending is fantastic too. Ending is fantastic.
Can I make a quick thing on Digimon, even though I rarely watched it?
Go right ahead.
Did you watch the first episode by any chance, Tyrone?
No, I didn't. I'm not a Digimon fan.
Go ahead.
I'm not a Digimon fan, but it's not like, it's fucking Pokemon or bust. I'm not a Digimon fan just because Digimon just didn't show up in my life a lot. Like, I was already... I was hooked into Pokemon so much at that point, Digimon just didn't have room in my short child attention span. But that doesn't mean I don't respect Digimon. Hell, I will already say it. Digimon to me is a better animated series than Pokemon. Yeah, I said it. But that's only because Digimon focuses on an overarching plot while Pokemon sticks to its Pokemon formulas, which is nice, but that's because Pokemon cares about selling toys and shit, and Digimon cares about writing a story. But with Digimon, because TSS, obviously he has more knowledge than me on it because he said that the plot for this one is better than the original plot.
Yes, in my opinion.
I will say though that I respect the original plots, given the time circumstances, only because the idea was that they were in a digital world and they were trying to get back home, but the bonds they made with each other plus the Digimon in that world kind of made it so it was like low-key their home. Not in a physical sense, but in a metaphorical, like, we did so much here. We made such of an impact and we made friends with so many people that we were able to call this sort of like our home away from home situation.
Right.
It's the journey of... It's the journey of your destination is reached, but the journey to get there was almost as memorable as the prize that you wanted in the first place. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about this too hard. Whatever.
You're good.
But what I really appreciated too was that all of the Digimon voices have come back.
Yeah, it's the kids that got their VAs
replaced. The kids got different one. The funny thing is, Taichi is voiced by Sanpei.
Mm-hmm.
That was an X and Y. So
yeah, as we mentioned before.
As we mentioned before.
Yeah.
And then we also have what is it? Yamato is freaking Lucario.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they provide their voices when we see them in the series, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, just to give my thoughts on this new Digimon series, if you guys don't mind.
Go right ahead, buddy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Coming into this series, because I grew up watching the original 1999 iteration of the Digimon, the OG, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I was around the OG base where I only favored the first season and the second season. Go ahead, KG.
No, not you. Don't worry, buddy. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're good. Now, ever since then, I didn't really quite see Digimon the same. Now, mind you, the third season and Digimon Frontier were pretty enjoyable series, but not to the extent of the first and second season, at least from my experience. And ever since then, like, every other Digimon series beyond that, I just didn't have that much of an interest. And when I heard this announcement, I was kind of a bit skeptical about it. I thought maybe it was going to be a complete remake of the 1999 version, but coming into this, I had very low expectations, and I took a shot at the first episode, and man, did this first episode exceeded my expectations by miles. In all honesty, I was really surprised because for those of you guys who still haven't watched this series and who are unsure about giving this new series a shot, I want you guys to understand that this isn't quite, this is not a remake of the first episode of the 1999 Digimon series. Now, this series took a different yet refreshing and a more modern direction, because if you guys realize, at least on the setting and at least in the setting where they're in, you see, these characters, using a lot of modern technology that we use nowadays. They now have smartphones. They now have the 2-in-1 laptops as well. And it's just something that I really like about this series, because it's relatable to what's going on right now. Yeah, and another thing too, I do love the redesigns. And you're talking about the opening and ending of this, mind you, yeah, they're both really great, but I'm surprised none of you guys talked about the music, like in the actual episode.
Yes, it's the same guy.
Good.
Yeah, it was really good. It was the same guy that has done music for like Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
So, the guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah. So I thought that was really good. And one positive note about this, and I talked about this with another friend of mine who happens to be a huge Digimon fan, is that, they're taking things in a completely different direction where, in this first episode, they already introduced TK, the younger brother of Matt, and Kari, who happens to be the younger sister of Taichi. Really, those two didn't really have any relevancy up until later in the series.
Later in the series, yeah.
In the series, yeah. Whereas in this series, we straight out got introduced to those two characters, and you brought up the crest as well. The crest didn't get introduced until later on in the 1999 version.
Yep.
As well. So I was kind of surprised that they straight out introduced the crest in this first episode.
Not just for Taichi, but it seems like for somebody else as well, as we saw for
Izumi.
For everyone else. Yeah. Let's see. And I know UTSS and KG talk about your favorite parts of this series. Now, one of my favorite parts, to be honest, was pretty much Ash flipping his head, but in Digimon, it's pretty much Taichi putting on his goggles.
Yes.
When he puts on his goggles, that pretty much means just about to get serious. I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty badass moment from him.
I'm just butting in for a second. I do love how the 90s always had like a character, even if they don't have any superpowers, do a traditional like thing to help them lock down. It's a very cheesy moment when you look at it now, but at the same time, it's kind of what completes the experience.
Yeah.
So I like that he has I like that he has his flip hat moment, but in your case, it would be the goggles.
Right. And another thing too, you kind of noticed that the Digivice now like glows whenever it's activated.
Yes.
Because I don't think that ever happened in the 1999 version where it's
No, it did not. No, it did not. It just you just saw it. You just saw it light up, like the slivers of light come out of it, but we never saw it illuminated.
Yeah, we never saw it illuminated, right?
Yeah.
You know, and that's something that my friend brought up, which I actually didn't put much thought into. Which, like, holy shit, yeah, you're right. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if those actually sell once they hit the stores.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna buy one.
Only in stores for $12.99. Digimon.
8 payments of $12.99.
8 payments of $12.99. I'm fucking Digidestin.
What were you gonna say?
I would love them to introduce like the modern version of the Digipets. I would buy one.
Oh no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to see my boy die if I don't take care of it.
I just feel like the minute he places it in KG's hand,
or
everything I touch dies.
Or they could make it where it was like the Pokemon Mini, if you remember.
I just imagine the minute they handed to KG, Agumon looks back at the other Digimon. Goodbye, my friend.
I'm gonna head out now.
And another thing too that's different compared to the 1999 version is that Izzy originally was not Ty's neighbor whatsoever, but in this case, they live in the same apartment complex.
Yeah.
So
was that something in the movie though that they do? I could have sworn that those two were together at the beginning of the original Digimon movie.
I mean, if it's in the movie, you wouldn't necessarily call it canon, right?
No.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, like if it's in the movie, cool, there it is. But in terms of the, if it's canon in the anime series, no. So that's the first. So, you just see a lot of these differences that, that were there in the first episode, which, makes me think about the potential and what kind of direction this series will take, because there could be a lot of things that, there are a lot of things that writers could change from the 1999 version.
Well, they've already changed it already because we know that they can basically, to steal something like Mega Man Battle Network, right? They could jack into the digital world and come out.
Mm-hmm.
Was that confirmed in this one though? Like, what's going to happen with this series, and how do they exactly go back and forth is what I want to know. Or are they stuck there until something happens and then they get kicked out?
I don't know.
That's exciting to me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
But the thing is though, to consider that we have interaction between the people on the outside and people in the digital world. It's going to be interesting to see how they play it out. I would think though that there's got to be like a way for him to get out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so at least for now, Taiji and Matt are stuck in this digital world. So the thing is, because we're already seeing these masses of differences in this first episode, we're not sure how this is going to play out on the future episodes. So,
correct.
I'm very excited about this, nonetheless, and I'm looking forward to, every new episode that comes out next week after week. So,
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. And Toei is doing the right decision. I wish TPC would do the same and freaking do the simulcast shit, because this is what we want. I mean, I wish that TPC could look at this and say, "Hey, we have Digimon Adventure coming back. We should have the same thing doing here, But again, it's two completely different mindsets. We have Toei Animation and we have Show Pro.
And look, man, I wouldn't be surprised that, once Digimon Adventure does get dubbed, and of course, we're eventually going to get PM 2019 dubbed as well. I wouldn't be surprised if, this reignites a Pokemon versus Digimon battle.
Yes.
Which I honestly wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind either. Because both of them right now, they're at like peak animation, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Definitely. So it's going to be a great matchup. So we have both adventure series.
Mhm.
You know, so it's going to be a great matchup, and I can't
Right.
wait until more comes out.
One little
Yeah.
fun detail here to note.
Mhm.
Apparently, Shibata has become the producer now for the One Piece television TV series. And the reason why I bring this up is because the producer of Digimon 2020 is Sakurada, who I believe was the one that worked on One Piece prior to Digimon 2020 and is now helping with the development of this new anime series. So I'm really interested to
okay.
see, like, the overall direction that the series is going to go in terms of like the visuals and the animation, because this is a series that is heavily loved by fans. So you would love to see it be given the proper respect that it deserves, you know. And I say this,
and I think this series will definitely bring back some of the old fans.
yeah, and I say this knowing that, you know, we have this under Toei Animation Studios, who was also responsible for DB Super. And clearly you saw how that turned out, the early starts of that series. Hell, even to the very finale, I would say. So
Yeah.
I hope they've taken their time with this one. They didn't try to bomb rush it. They took their time to make sure that this series was as polished as it could possibly be for people to enjoy. So fingers crossed on that part. Fingers crossed that it's really good from beginning to end.
Definitely, man. So that's just my 2 cents. I'm not sure, KG, do you want to add anything to your thoughts on
No. I shared my thoughts, I believe, on yesterday's stream as well. I said it was really good. I loved it, and can't wait to look forward to more of it. You know, and I also gave my favorite scene, which was the scene where Taichi whips the hell out of that Digimon and just flings it away. That to me is the highlight of that episode. So I loved everything.
Definitely recommend it. Definitely recommend to check it out. It's a really good start to the series, and I think a lot of people will appreciate the direction that this is taking.
Yeah. Will it be someone to give to newcomers, though? I can't exactly say. I'm going to wait until 3 episodes come out first, and then I'll give my opinion on whether or not it's something that fans that aren't familiar with Digimon can maybe either watch or skip, you know. But
now,
the direction we're going right now, it's good.
It's the same thing I'm doing with Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it just came out too, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
I love the art style, though.
I'm watching it. Oh, you opened the can of worms already. You know there's a huge battle right now with that.
I don't know. Also, what the hell is going on with Twitter lately? Because I just wrote a simple plain ass tweet and somehow that shit got the attention of so many people.
What was the tweet?
I was like, it took them 20 years for fans to discover that anime reuses animation.
Oh, that was after Lumino's trainer Zach's whole Pikachu use Thunderbolt animation.
Yeah, or Quick Attack, whatever it was.
Yeah, or Quick Attack. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Then I responded, and it's like, well, the animation of Satoshi with the hat flip and the Pokeball, that has been going on from episode 2 to episode 263, almost. Pretty much. 262. They reused that animation. They've sped it up. They've cut it short.
I've never been bothered by it. I've never been like, oh fuck, this animation again.
That's pretty much something that anime in general has been doing, right? At least for some.
Well,
series.
you got to go back. Well, we're gonna go to fucking Ballad of Gay Tony, Grand Theft Auto. Loop animation a lot to save production costs. That's the whole point. That's the point. There in a nutshell.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, fans, come on, guys. It's been 20 years. How the hell have you not seen a single frame-by-frame moment being very familiar to one another?
It started because people were complaining, and we'll talk about it later, obviously.
I guess we're going to talk about it now, but before we get into it...
Well,
it obviously started because of the Karina thing, and I'm like, why would you not want Karina to do the exact same thing she did in the fucking thing? That's her thing. That's her thing.
Actually, but before we move into that, KG, TSS, there just one last question before we move away from the Digimon topic. Sure. Now, do you think this first episode is a better first episode than the 1999 Digimon series?
I can't answer that because I have such a heart for the original.
That's the thing, though, because that's what my friend had the same argument, because that's nostalgia hit. But if you were to be non-biased about this, what would you say?
I would say yes.
I would say I'm just happy we got a spiritual successor to Butterfly. That's all I can say. I'm just happy we got a successor to it. Also, excuse me for sounding very weird right now. Muffled, I guess, is the word. Because I'm eating an apple and I don't want that thing to decay in like 5 minutes. So, excuse me for
Do you have a
this
death
much-
note on you?
Fuck kind of apple
No.
are you eating?
I don't know, but
Best
these
thing
apples
ever.
fucking expire in like 5 minutes from what it seems. Because they turn brown as hell.
it's called they turn color because oxygen.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's just exposed to oxygen.
That's expiring.
That's
So-
not
Oh,
expired.
and by the way, we have to say hello to Polly.
Hey, Polly.
And to
Yeah,
Tyrone
hello.
as well. Hey, you too.
Wait.
And of course, Terrell, who we had said hi before, but now
Oh, no,
everybody's
we're
here.
fine. No, it's just y'all were in the Digimon conversation, so I kind of just chilled in the back.
Yeah,
Alright.
no, I know. Not everybody's
no.
gonna watch it, but we,
There's
you know,
tarantula. There's a tarantula. Oh my
What?
God.
Wait, what?
shit.
On
So,
Amazon.
Leg Legend 88 somehow magically appeared over at Polly's place.
No.
So Terrell, I would say Terrell, I don't think we've ever actually heard your opinion on Digimon as a whole, like just as a franchise. Is it like me?
I watched it. I watched it up until Tamers. I think Tamers is when I fell off of it.
Okay.
I don't know if I would say religiously, but I watched it pretty consistently.
Okay, so you watched it more than me, basically.
Yeah, I enjoyed it
Alright.
for what it is. It's just not a series. It was one of those things where when I fell off of it, I was just kind of at peace. I was kind of like, all right, cool.
Nah.
Right.
What the hell? Just why did the music box pop in all of a sudden?
Because it was a Poly World battle cry in video games.
She couldn't help her. Oh no, that was Richie.
No, that was Richie.
Richie.
That, yeah.
Joke's on you! I had that shit on server mute!
It was me, Polly.
Actually, he did have it on server music.
I'm too busy accidentally hitting my net on my blue frog.
It was me, Polly.
Why are you
Polly.
Why are you accidentally hitting things again?
So I have a horrible person.
It was me,
Oh
Polly.
no!
Pawardo.
Oh god.
Christ!
God.
But yeah, like I enjoy it. I'm not
Okay.
against it by any means. It was one of those things that I kind of watched it and I was kind of like, all right, this is the thing. I gotta move on from it.
Yeah.
I didn't. It went like when I got through Tamers. And to be fair, Tamers is good. I want it to be. I don't want to misrepresent. Tamers is great.
Tamers is
I just
legendary.
didn't- But man, when it fell off, it really fucking fell off, and I was just kind of like, "Yep, I think I'm good." And Pokemon never left my side. So.
All right, I'm headed. All right, I'm headed out.
Yeah, that's literally how I feel about it. That's probably the reason why I wasn't overly interested in watching a spiritual successor to the first series, because like I wasn't that invested in the Digimon story. Probably more so than like a casual, but like not by like a huge amount where I was obsessing over seeing it again. Like Digimon's kind of a one and done thing, anime kind of thing for me. Where I watch it, I'm content. We're good.
Mm.
I will say, actually, before I continue, hey there, Richie. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, you fool! It was me, Dio.
But Richie, he muted it, so you didn't even hear it.
Yeah, no, we did.
What are you talking about? I heard it.
We heard it.
We
No,
heard
we heard it play out in somebody else's headphones, but not
Okay,
in the
that's what it
server
was.
itself.
Okay, that's what I said because I saw it was muted on ours, so that had to be what it
Which
was.
makes no sense because if it was muted to begin with, who the hell heard it to begin with?
No, what happened was it played and then you muted it, so it was
No,
afterwards.
I never muted it. It was muted already.
Why are we still talking about this?
Yeah, nobody.
Because you-
Okay, out of
He
context.
brought it up as a conversation. Let him finish it, Tyrone.
Good apple.
Okay, I think we're finished.
Good seaweed.
What?
But no, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
So we obviously have some big news.
Be good
Wait.
news, indeed.
Oh, we're
Big,
gonna-
Charles
big,
Mixer?
big.
Wait,
And
we have the Dacius Sandero.
Yeah, we obviously have some very juicy news about Pokemon because
Alright,
they get
Well,
into it.
actually,
Juicy for my steak.
I love how it says a KG tweet about the Galar starters didn't age well like that apple he's
World
eating. I know, right? That
Exclusive.
was the worst thing
God.
ever, man. News from Japan. So it said. Yeah, so we're gonna go like the
Yeah.
Well,
Pokemon
technically,
Twitter
they came
account.
from Japan.
Yeah,
It
so
all comes from Japan.
So what do you say,
Stop
guys?
coming from Japan.
Shall we start talking about the episode, or should we talk about the
Episode. Get the episode out of the way.
you get the episode out of the way, and then the last
Yeah,
hour
yeah,
we'll
do
talk
that.
about it.
Alright,
Okay, that's a
alright,
good
sounds
idea then.
good.
All right, then.
All right, flip the fucking Pokeball.
I just want to make sure everybody's all
Okay.
good.
Yeah,
All right, let's get
Pokeball.
at it then, boys. So, onward to this recent episode of PM 2019. This one, honestly, the best way I can summarize for this episode is that this was a recap episode without really being a recap episode, as weird as that sounds. Because all the animation is completely new. It's all, highlighting everything that somewhat has happened prior and kind of reminding the folks exactly what it is that these two characters, Ash and Go, are trying to aim for. Of course, Ash trying to become the strongest trainer in the Pokemon World Championship, as well as for Go, trying to capture as many Pokemon, leading towards his eventual moment with Mew. So, of course, I'm not really going to break much down in this episode because there isn't really that much to go into aside from like the cute little nods here and there. And I guess everybody can just freeball for this one.
Jenny's fucking cute. That's all I got to say.
I will say this. This is real brief, TSS. Sorry. I will say I really loved how they changed the clip in every opening to show a little bit of what happened in the episode.
Yes.
Like they'll show a little bit of the episode in the opening, with the exception of the Galar ones. They'll just show Zamazenta and Zacian.
Yeah.
Well, in this one, they show what they do is that they do that thing where they introduced Ash's goal to fight Leon and Go's goal to catch every Pokemon. And they put that in the opening. And honestly, I think that's the best opening because of that now. I don't know. It just it fits so well with the music.
It does, because it's highlighting their going,
and it splits and shows both of their goals at the same time. And I like that. That's a lot better to me than just saying Go Ash wants to fight Leon. Go wants to catch every Pokemon. Just make it that. Well, they're probably going to change the opening soon, but but that's the best way to come at it. And I think it's glad they did that rather than showing like a random clip of the episode. I liked that small touch.
You want to know why it works so well? It's because it makes it feel like both of their goals are equal. It's like one goal is not above the other. Like there is no definitive kind of conclusion to that. It's like,
except Ash's goal is better.
Yeah, except Ash's goal is going to remain relevant because that's how it's always been. But like when you view it from just the opening standpoint, I like how they're treating it even.
We're both even, Go, but I'm more even.
I did want to quickly just mention, realistically, what this felt like was a season finale. That's what
yes, that's like exactly the best way.
Finale episode,
which is so weird.
It's fine. I would guess the new opening would come next week, right? I would assume.
We don't know if it's even going to be one or not.
Maybe
it'll be the same opening with updated visuals.
Why do a season finale and then keep the same? Well, I can't say that. I remember Best Wishes and that nonsense.
I say this as well because if you remember in X and Y, they just straight up revealed Megavolt out of complete goddamn nowhere.
Oh yeah, that.
So it could happen where we could get a Gigantamax 1, 2, 3 or something. I don't know.
No. What we could have is the second verse.
Because they did that with the ending. I'm
about to say that's kind of what KG's putting on because.
No. See, with Megavolt, it was a completely different rearrangement. With the second verse, it's literally just the same song, just taking the second verse this time around, which would be great. Nice little change of pace, which would explain why they haven't updated the opening yet, because there's still things to look forward to. No, we don't need another Mega one.
So what I have to say is that at the beginning of the episode, we have the Rotom smartphone, or the smart Rotom.
I hate that ring. What the fuck?
Like
cheating, and it sounds like Shinichiro Miki just like freaking cheating.
That doesn't make it any better. I hate that.
It's like Kisho yote jikan desu.
It was so annoying.
Sounds like you need to buy one, Tyrone.
That's what it is. It's time. It basically says it's time to get out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
That's Marina Eichholz. Come on.
It was so annoying.
Then it's doing its job, Tyrone. Also, excuse my muffled voice.
Oh Lord.
You being apples again?
Essentially, the way I feel about the episode.
I'm eating an applin.
The episode's a good way of ending off kind of like the first season. I feel like the ending is kind of rushed because they want to throw everything in there. That's what the Team Rocket section kind of blast through. What'd you say, Bolly?
It was so rushed. I agree.
Oh yeah, you could tell. You could especially that last section. It was just like, let's just throw everything in here.
Yeah, it's like 5 things happened at once. Wasn't Yamper supposed to fight?
Say what?
Wasn't Yamper supposed to fight? Because he was excited to fight. It never did fight.
I think that's more of them hinting about how Yamper has an interest, but like because Koharu isn't a real trainer, it's like it's airing. It's just in the back angrily barking because it doesn't. Get its
They were
chance.
faking a raid battle, and the raid battle never came through.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. It was kind of like how they even did the thing. Oh, Lugia shows up. No, it's actually Mew. Oh, it's Mew. But Go doesn't know.
Right.
Also, by the way, Go catches a Farfetch and a Poliwag.
And a Pidgey.
And a Nidoran. And another Nidoran.
Yeah, it's like,
And an Oddish.
It evolves.
yeah, and it's like let's give him everything. But Poly, that does mean good news. There may potentially be an evolution for a Poliwhirl later on.
But this episode also showed off the fact that we now know how many Pokemon Go has.
37.
Well,
I thought it was 39.
37. No, Sanju Nana, man. 37.
Yeah, but is that including what he caught in this episode?
The evolutions in the decks.
Yes.
So it's 37, including the ones he caught this episode.
Mm-hmm. Because if you look when he shows you the deck, you can see Scorbunny and Reboot.
No, I mean like the
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's 37 because if it was 39, it would have had those 2 Pokeballs that are shown on screen filled
What
up.
about Farfetch? Because he showed the decks before he caught Farfetch.
Oh yeah, so he technically has 38.
38.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, so both of us were wrong. Okay.
Yeah, good eye.
Well, because they made it a running gag in the episode that he couldn't catch the Farfetch because he wasn't throwing the ball properly. Then
He was throwing it properly.
No, he was throwing the ball properly.
Farfetch didn't give a fuck.
No, when I make that, I'm making the joke because if he had thrown the ball properly, he would have caught it.
Oh.
Instead, if anything, he was lobbing it. The Farfetch to hit him in the face. It's another thing where I'm like, damn, that's such a quick gag that they're throwing in the background of the episode. It's like, how much shit did you really need for this episode? But apparently they want to put everything in it. So
I was scared they were gonna make that a running gag for the whole series. It was like, Go will never catch this stupid fucking. I'm glad he caught at the end.
No, you wanna know why I know it wasn't gonna be? Because if you notice in the previews for the new episodes, there's a hint of a Surfetch in one of the clips.
The Galarian Farfetch as well.
Yeah, so I'm
No,
curious.
this Galarian Farfetch.
Yeah, but I'm curious if that's gonna lead into.
Oh, like an interaction between one Farfetch and the other.
Yeah, because it's going to be like, they got to show off the variations, like how Sun and Moon did with Alolan Vulpix and Vulpix.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like, it's Galarian Farfetch, but what does make this one special? Yeah, very unique. But anyway, continue on, guys. Is there anything else in particular that caught your interest in this episode overall?
Meganium got some love in the anime.
You sure?
Yeah, they could have never got some love.
First appearance since DP 146, October 2009.
Damn.
That's the
I'm
one
so
thing
surprised
I
you
learned.
finished
That's like the second thing I really like about this series is that it's kind of showing love to Pokemon that don't normally get it.
Yeah.
It looked really good in this episode too.
Oh, the battle was great. I love how they did where Pikachu failed to get to Meganium before the Solar Beam hits, and it sends it in the air, and it smacks across like the damn pole.
That was brutal as fuck.
I was like, God damn.
Spine should have fucking broken.
That shit was rough.
It looked like a Mortal Kombat
like you
movie.
get a close-up shot of like his spine cracking right there.
Right, like a Mortal Kombat X-ray fatality.
Yeah, Jesus.
I liked the callback to the Lugia arc, with the blow-up Lugia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
totally not because my 2 favorite characters.
Maxwell Powers
appear
is
in that
back.
arc, so.
Yeah. I did like that plot twist though at the end.
Oh.
I legit did not see that was Mew. Like nobody, I'm pretty confident nobody saw that was gonna be Mew.
Yeah, I did. I just went, okay, that's nice.
Yeah, the problem is that because it's the season finale, I wasn't really shocked because I'm like, all right, we're gonna throw everything in here. I was like, almost expecting a random Leon cameo in the background,
Which he did make a cameo in the flashback.
And Ash is holding the Dynamax back.
Yeah.
So
he's kept hold of it.
Another thing to note is that the what people won't talk about are the 2 people that were in the 2 guests that were in the episode, which is Seiya, which is that Meganium trainer, and then the other one is Soshiniumu. So those 2 people, they are part of a Japanese comedy trope. And their names are of Shimofuri Myojo, which is a combination of a combi consisting of Seiya and Soshina. So those 2, a Japanese comedy duo was in the episode, lending their voices. I think one of them was one of the kids, and the other one was that trainer.
I like how when Pikachu is hit by the Solar Beam and gets back up, this guy's like, come on, like seriously?
But
you
I
know
like
what? Realistically, I thought that was kind of a callback to, like, if you remember in the older episodes of the anime, usually when a Pokemon was using like a charge move, like Hyper Beam or Solar Beam, they used to do that thing where like the whole in that interaction, it always turns to, oh, hit him before he gets the charge off, and he's like, no one's ever gotten up from my Solar Beam, which I don't know if it's a reference, but it felt like one to me, because usually in a lot of other battles, if the Pokemon gets off the beam, that's usually it. Like, that usually ends the fight in a lot of the fights in the older series.
Yeah.
And so the funny thing is when Pikachu got back up after getting smacked across a pole, he's like, what? No way. And I just thought it was funny. And then
it was like one of those Dragon Ball Z moments where Vegeta hits something with Final Flash. It stands there in the smoke, and he's like,
That's literally what it felt. That's literally what it felt like.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny.
I want to say this is also like a jab at best wishes. Like, you know how Pikachu couldn't beat the Snivy? Now look at it. It's beating Meganium. Fully evolved.
But that ain't no Snivy, bro.
It's like, fully evolved grass Pokemon.
Actually, I just want to bounce off of that because my favorite moment in this, and in this series in general, is actually Ash. The moment where Ash is like, hey, go. Why don't you do this? Why don't you use Rabu to fire an Ember attack? That was my favorite.
Oh, the
moment.
Combination attack?
Yeah, I'm just like, Ash, I'm so proud of you. You've come so far.
That's actually literally
combination.
I want to echo that. That is literally my favorite thing in the series. Ash is my favorite thing. I haven't loved Ash this much.
Yeah.
Probably since Hoenn. For me personally.
It's every Ash fused together into one perfect Ash.
He's so good in this series. And
that's so important for me because I was really worried about that.
Which is good because you need to because as the main character, you need to find what's like the main character gameplay.
You right?
So another thing I want to mention is the fact that now we know how official battles, you can walk up on some random person on the street and
it's
challenge.
Like the video games. I just turned my head to the right. I see a man.
You turn your head to the left. You have to turn your head to the left.
It's like the video game.
I mentioned KG was just squeeing in his chair.
So basically, Sam was like, da 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 da.
Yeah, like dun, dun, dun.
But the whole thing is he could accept it or not. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, I did like that little detail because he's always usually one to kind of jump straight into battles. Here he was like, dude, I'd love to, but I have priorities here. And the kids were the ones that pushed him.
Them kids.
Can we get an edit where it's like the close-up of
that?
Ed?
He thought about the kids first.
Yeah, he thought about them first.
And then you kind of got like the nature walk at the beginning.
And now he's rank 15-13 now, which is nice.
So he's the 1,513 strongest trainer in the World Championship, which doesn't really account to much for now still.
Who's order number 2,353? I want to point out that I really love that they showed Meowths that walk on 4 legs again.
Yes. That whole nature section at the beginning of the episode was really good in general.
The animation was clean and smooth. It felt like a nature.
About to get fucked.
It was like Animal Planet.
That red kid wasn't playing no games, man.
He's like, don't touch my kids.
12, yeah.
Actually,
I'm one number off, yeah.
Like Richie said, Officer Jenny's kind of cute in this one too.
I mean, ever since Sun and Moon, she's been pristine, man.
Yeah, she's been pretty cute consistently.
Yeah,
now that we care about that, right?
Fan art.
Yes, it's
fine.
15,
I'll put
12.
the lotion away.
Yes, it's 15-12. One number left. Whoop-de-doo.
That one slot mattered.
To who?
To that person. You gotta account for that one person, man. You're thirsty. Shut up, Tony. We know you are too. You just don't want to admit the truth. Well, I think you are. I don't know what you're into, so I can't say nothing.
Gotta call Uber Eats on that fucking person.
Pass the lotion.
Hell no.
Richie, though, I haven't had a chance to hear from you, buddy. What have you thought about with this episode and the things that they showed off?
This fucking picture of Go.
I guess I was expecting Mew. I was expecting Wooget to be Mew.
Yeah, that, like I mentioned, that was a nice little plot twist at the end. At the same time, as Terrell pointed out, it's like, it's not a plot twist because given the season finale.
Season finale, huh?
Well, that's what we're gonna dub it as now. I guess
feels like to me.
Yeah.
reiterating their goals and how they
Pokemon
are
World.
currently.
Without
Pokemon
actually
World
looking like a
Cup.
recap episode. So I applaud them for that.
Exactly.
I applaud them for that.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's kind of weird given the stuff that they had here. I'm genuinely surprised how little there is to talk after that, because it's like you got what you asked for.
Yeah, that's
from
why I was
previous
taking a
episodes.
minute to think of something.
Yeah, because it's like
Because you guys already talked about the battle, so.
yeah, and the catching segments were kind of cute. I love seeing Go get smacked in the face like 2 times by the Pokeball.
But I also wanted to mention, like I did last night with Tasso, it's like you get to see two sides of the coin when it comes to Pokemon orienteering, because that's what the whole episode was about. Finding Pokemon, and it's like Satoshi wants to show the kids, hey, these are these Pokemon. Hey, who's this Pokemon? Being like interactive. And meanwhile, Go is like, oh, let me catch him first and let me show you later.
I'm low-key concerned that Persian is walking the streets of Vermilion City.
Why are you?
It's a big cat.
I don't see what the problem
That's
is.
like saying a mountain lion is in the cities.
You ain't have a problem with, but you ain't got the problem with the Raticate, the big ass rat that's just.
Hey, look, I was at New York. I seen rats. Okay,
You didn't see my boy Pizza Rat though.
I'm more
You
concerned
should
in
go
the
down.
giant.
Should have gone down. Should have gone down to fucking 4750th Street. They got fucking.
I'm more
tons of
concerned
shit.
in the cougar-sized fucking cat.
Detroit.
That the giant ass rat.
Listen, I didn't see any older women. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Tyrone.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's just I don't know. It's not a problem. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah,
but
I also love how it's like if you want to view it like that with Persian, it's like more so. Listen, don't mess in my territory, and we'll leave you be. You enter my spot, you're dead.
You walked
Polly,
in my
were you-
house, bro.
Polly, were you gonna say something?
Oh, I think so. Yeah. The animation. I just like how we consistently know it's Vermilion City. Even you can see the skyscrapers and their stuff like peeking behind the trees. Whereas like obviously with the older animation, it's just blobs of trees and grass. And
Yeah,
you never really know
it's
where
like
you're
the
going.
trees
Yeah.
block the cities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the
the
whole
OG series did a whole lot of we're in the city, we're in the woods.
Well, you have to also remember they had to do film cells to video, and you can't get resolution out of that unless they decide to master all the stuff. But I believe they don't have all the cells anymore, so I guess they can't really do that. So what I did like though is that their common goal was to get to the south part of Vermilion, like near the docks.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like SSN territory. I like that. I like how they showed
Everything
that off.
feels
especially
connected.
well, it's not only just connected. It's just that you just see like the vast view of the harbor, and I love that.
World building.
Right.
Yeah.
It's taking the Pokemon school concept, except expanding on it to now instead of just a location, it's the entire city. And the consistency is phenomenal. I actually wanted to bring this up when you guys are talking about the fact that Vermilion City is well noticeable in the background, like how here in the Farfetch scene where he's trying to swing the Pokeball back. My favorite bit, and I don't think it was in this episode, but just in one of the prior episodes, I talked about how the consistency goes back even to generations prior to this one. Like in Best Wishes, there is a similarity. If you take a screenshot of Best Wishes, when they're in Vermilion City and the screenshot from Pocket Monsters 2019, you'll notice that the stores and locations and the places are one-to-one with each other. Maybe like some modern updated text and whatnot, but everything is one-to-one. And that is incredible. They didn't even need to go that far all the way back. Like, who would remember that Best Wishes, Vermilion City would look exactly the same as PM 2019 Vermilion City. So it's incredible just how far back they're really going with to just, I guess continuity wise and consistency with a show that's been spanning for almost 20 years now. Or over 20 years, I should say.
23 years.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to see something like this because, we talk about the Rocket segment being too short, but what I did really like is that they also showed more Pokemon that hasn't been in the anime for a while, like freaking Skarmory. When was the last fucking time you saw a Skarmory?
Oh yeah.
I like the pose Crobat does when it comes out. He's got his
Crobat has been
first set of wings. His first set of wings are actually crossed, so the other set of wings can be shown off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I mean, Crobat hasn't been. I mean, technically, if you want to be freaking, blunt about it, freaking, I know Crobat has not been in the series in a very long freaking time. Well, actually, it's less time than Meganium, but
I would say an AG.
No, Sun and Moon 42.
Crobat used Brock and Sun and Moon.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't that far back. Okay.
Right, but I know that Skarmory was not even used in a very long time.
Yeah.
Because
also,
we have
I was gonna say before I forget though, they're showing a Pidgeot image there. Did anybody notice the artwork that they used for the Pokedex of Pidgeotto and Pidgeot?
The same ones from the original Pokemon.
Yeah. I was surprised.
That part made me
by
mad, but whatever.
It did. I thought that was a nice little callback.
I'm sorry.
No,
as for Skarmory, the last time it was in the series was XYZ7.
Love all of you.
Oh, Jesus.
XYZ7.
What were you saying, Polly?
Because Ash just looked at it and smiled.
It's a Pidgeotto. Did you have one? Did I have a what?
Yep.
Actually, real quick, to mention him remembering something, I do like in the preview for the next episode with the egg. Go asks him if he's ever seen a Pokemon egg before, and he's like, "Yeah, I have."
Yeah,
and
I like that.
And I was like,
was it a fucking Pidgeotto?
Hey, listen, you didn't want me to go and explain my whole story.
What? Pidgeotto?
Like, okay, but
Pidgeotto. I was talking about Scraggy.
Yeah, I'm curious if he just means that in general, or does he mean like?
Well, he's had a lot of eggs actually.
I know that's why, because Phanpy's also another one.
Yeah, he's got
Scraggy,
Lavatar. He had
Larvitar.
Lavatar, Scraggy, Noibat.
He held
Rowlet
for a while, even though that.
Yeah, he had actually. Yeah, the Togepi egg was given to him. It just belongs to Misty.
Because she's a bitch.
God damn.
I don't understand how that went there, but okay, I'll take it.
My bike for your egg, fair trade.
I'd be mad.
You burn my bike, I'm gonna burn this slot of yours and just take this Togepi.
We're gonna make some omelets in this bitch. You don't stop playing it with me.
Oh, good. Oh man, but yeah. So, speaking about Togepi, actually, thank you for that. The ending, right? The ending got updated this time around, and it sounds way better than the original version.
Yes, Pokemon Shiritori.
It feels more complete. It actually has like a beat to it.
It has better visuals. I kind of prefer the original.
Really, you don't prefer the Pikachu reboot and egg dancing?
No. I said it has better visuals.
Ah, okay.
No, go ahead, Jesus.
I like the visuals in the second one, but I actually like the song better in the first one.
No, the second one has better music because it seems more complete. The other one sounded like it was incomplete.
That's opinionated. I prefer the other one.
It annoys me all around. It's all.
I will say the only weird thing I didn't like about
it's a game.
The only thing I didn't like from the second version was that one where it's like, we make mistakes, but that's okay. Let's go at it again or something. That was a weird part in the. What's strange about this second version is that now they don't treat the end as the because in the middle, in the chorus part, they say that they like when the end comes at the end. We also like when the end comes at the end, instead of being condescending in the first one where they said you'll lose if you say the end, at the end. So
I wouldn't have thought of that as condescending, but then again, I don't know Japanese.
Well, listen, man, them kids have weird games, all right?
What I'm saying is that it sounds better to me. The way I see it,
I'm entering what we like to call that the new to old switch up, where what happens is when something new ending or opening wise in an anime happens, you go, I missed the old one. But then you start getting used to the new one later as time passes. And then once you start getting used to that one, they change it again.
Yeah.
Well, because I do remember the last one was like Pikachu. Like, I don't know, it had a beat to it going for it, like a groove.
And then this one starts with Mew.
I have to get used to this new one.
Yeah, because it's Mewtwo Zamazenta.
Robzo asked if there's anything like that in English. Yeah, there's some word association games. is different, but
I mean, I always like to think of it as kind of like kind of like the Pokemon rap.
But no, because not really, because.
Well, no, I'm not saying word for word, but like just the game of naming a bunch of Pokemon at the end of the episode.
Yeah,
it's
but
similar in idea, but not.
Yeah,
really.
it's not the exact same, but it's similar. Yeah.
Not in execution, because remember they're playing a word game, so you have to have a word association game. That would be equivalent of that.
Yeah, and they're here in the Poke Rap. They're just naming Pokemon, and they happen to rhyme when they're naming them.
Yeah, here it's like there's a game along with the song, and
because that's what it is.
That's the whole premise of it. Exactly, that's what I was gonna bring up.
Yeah, but Shiritori with the Pokemon names. So
all right,
I get what you're saying, Tyrone. Oh no, it's
no, I was just gonna say overall.
I like that the egg is bouncing too. I like that's a nice little touch.
But we're gonna get into that because that's gonna all change in the next episode. Preview time.
Yeah, but first, Polly, what you have to say, buddy?
I was gonna say, I feel that with what Tyrone was saying, with the openings and endings, it's like you kind of decide late. Like it took me years to now decide that OK is my favorite opening of all time, and Type
Okay.
is my favorite ending. But for a while it was like, okay,
Volt. Oh, you mean opening?
No, wait, it's XYZ. No, wait, now it's whatever. So
yeah, but you said that OK is an ending, is an opening.
No, I said OK is my favorite opening, and Type
she said OK is her favorite opening.
Ending. I might have gotten cut off. Type
well, not cut off. It's just that you said ending, and then you said that immediately after OK. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
okay.
I've always ran into that situation where it's like when I'm finally used to an opening, then a new one pops up, and it's like now I gotta watch this until Best Wishes, and then it was like, okay, I'm ready to move on. No, all right.
Oh, yeah, you were ready. You think you were ready, Tyler? You weren't ready.
It's like they already highlighted all the silhouettes. Go!
I was ready to shoot somebody.
And then B and Arrow showed up, and I was like, thank God.
And you know what made me mad?
I only like B and Arrow because it finally replaced Best Wishes.
Right,
that's literally with B and Arrow. B and Arrow by itself is kind of an okay song.
No,
but the reason
that's okay.
I don't like B and Arrow. It's my least favorite.
Yeah, but at least
it's my least favorite.
But at least it was different, though.
It's a mediocre song.
Yeah,
it only gets the love it gets because, thank God, it's not the first.
It broke the Best Wishes chain.
Yeah, God damn it.
Because people love the songs as long as the visuals update. We got stuck with that one for like 70 episodes after everything was updated.
But to be fair, it actually did something, unlike with dub, where they just decided, okay, we're going to show everybody once. Instead of revealing the silhouette after the episode.
Oh, that's because they're just lazy.
Well, I
don't care about the semantics. I care about me letting him to go through it every fucking episode.
Like, the pretty updates were still nice until it ended, and then you had to go with it for like 60 more episodes. Because I think at like episode 40, or 20, it stopped. Although somebody did bring up, this is true, Summerlee Slope is still the best opening from Best Wish. I would even put it to top 3 best openings.
It's too bad Summerlee Slopes is stuck with Decorala.
You all should do my sorter for the openings.
And that's an ending, by the way.
I would love for us to do a conversation later in the future, maybe like a future pod where we just rank all the openings, but we have to all debate with each other. Like, what is rank S? What is rank A, B, C, F? We all know for a fact the stupid medley one is going to be at the very bottom. For a fact, that's going to be a fact.
PSM is not as bad as people say. The bad part is you didn't get a full version.
Yeah, that is true as well. We didn't get anything on that. But yeah, we should do that later, though. I would love that.
The problem is I'm not as familiar with the Japanese openings and endings.
That's why you got YouTube, buddy.
Yeah. I will force everyone to do this. I would not mind.
I would love that. And somebody says dub songs next.
Literally after it was only Best Wishes and X and Y I'm overly familiar with. I remember all the Sun and Moon.
Just rank everything after that.
I'll favorite and do it later.
Yeah, I'll take a shot at that later.
We'll get it done one time.
Myself with the openings because realistically, I didn't grow up with them, so I don't have the same memorability.
Time for Pocket Monsters Perfect Best Volumes 1 and 2. Let's go.
Yeah, we're never getting it.
We're never getting it.
No, we are. We did. We did get Perfect Best. We got Perfect Best Volume 1 and Perfect Best Volume 2.
Oh, I meant like volume 3.
Yeah, because fucking Sony decided to say, "Oh, fuck you."
Yeah, exactly. Although now that Yuki Hayashi is in the mix, I'm expecting that man to come in and be like, "Drop my music or I'm out." And I hope he does say that. Please, I want the music so badly. I'm saying.
Yeah, I know, right?
This, like, legit. If I had to choose between 3 generations of music and PM 2019, as weird as it sounds, I would go with PM 2019's music. I'm really enjoying it so far. And also, he's remixing some songs we never got before. So, I mean, there you go. But yes, I still would want KG mad. Yes, I'm mad now. I've been pissed off waiting for years, almost a decade, waiting for the next volume, buddy.
Same.
Exactly. I just gave up at this point. Might as well just go for the next thing. Yes? Yeah, okay. So,
right.
you guys all ready to begin then? Because I know a lot of us
I'll say one final thing for this episode.
All right, go right ahead, buddy.
Just because I like the step that they took with it, because the preview for this episode, I'm not saying the previews that for the next episode. I'm saying the last week when we got previews for this episode. I wasn't ready. I wasn't hyped for it. I didn't give a shit. And you want to know why? And it's the shittiest reason, but it's because it's Pokemon history. The minute that I saw kids, I was like, oh, the fuck no. Because normally when Pokemon introduces kids, you want to know what that means? Bullshit. It's going to be a bullshit episode where, like, let's fucking play with the kids.
Or the kids get lost.
And show off for Pokemon, and one of the kids is going to be a dick, and then I got to fucking walk over to him and be like, don't be a dick. And he's like, why shouldn't I be? And it's like Team Rocket attacks, and Pikachu uses Thunderbolt, and he's like, maybe I shouldn't be a dick. And then Ash is like, yeah. And then the episode ends.
That sounds like a Johto filler.
Yeah, that sounds like a straight-up Johto episode.
That's where the trauma comes from.
And then the kid is like, I want to be a Pokemon trainer like you. And Ash is like, maybe when you turn 10, which he said in this episode, and it was funny as fuck.
Why? Because you make it sound like it was a burn. That's the reason why it's funny.
He burned himself in the process, too.
It's funny because Ash is taunting this kid for being 10 when he'll never be.
You took it that way.
I know, but he'll never be 10. So
that's disrespectful.
He's trapped in a hellhole of never see you again.
Oh my god.
Damn, you gotta put some respect.
Actually, speaking about never see you again, though, there did happen with the recent one, which we'll talk about in a bit.
Best Wishes did it with the Trubbish episode. X and Y did it with the Sylveon episode. Every Pokemon series has that episode that deals with these punk-ass fucking kindergartners.
This is so much aggression.
So when the trailer shows that off, I was scared. I thought it was going to be just a nonsense, with the exception of Koharu's brother. That was nice to see. And I like to go recognize him, like, hey, it's up.
I do like the fact that she gets harassed by the Nidoran and the Pidgey.
Yeah, the running
like, let him go. Get him away from me or something. And meanwhile, Go has the ball in his face, so he can't do anything.
Right. Yeah. So when the episode advertised that it was going to be like kids, I thought it was going to be nonsense. I thought it was just going to be nothing but pure, we can sleep through this episode nonsense. But no, Ash gets ranked up. Go catches like a considerable amount of Pokemon. Like it gives us something to at least finish things off. And it leads to them. Granted, the kids kind of had to make a sacrifice for that shit because the kids are not memorable with the exception of Koharu's brother. Like,
really? I enjoyed them, honestly.
I didn't give a shit about those kids.
Well, you know what? Instead of Ash being the one that gets the F them kids, can we get like Tyrone's pick and then in the middle it says fuck them kids?
Don't let Tyrone become a teacher, for fuck's sakes.
Exactly.
No. Richie, don't act like you were highly.
It's a fucking kids show, and you're completely you're completely undermining fucking 7-year-old kids. Think about that for 2 fucking seconds.
TSS. What was the name of one of the kids in the blue shirt?
Ooh.
It says boy. The actual thing says boy. It says boy.
All right then.
At least he knew that the boy didn't have a name. Give him respect for that.
Yeah. Oh, I'll give TSS.
But you don't say, hey, it could be somebody's kid out there. You don't
it's
fucking
boy.
do that.
No, I'm not.
Whose kid is it?
See, here's the thing. I knew you guys were gonna turn it. I knew you guys were gonna turn it into a bigger deal than it was. But I'm glad. I'm saying this. I'm saying the fact that Pokemon has a tradition
I didn't know you
of
were
putting the kids in the series, and obviously I get it to relate to the younger kids. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Narratively, though, it means that the show usually takes like a bit of a back seat, so it can do the whole show off the Pokemon to the kids thing. I don't have any problem with the kids. It's the plot that comes from it. That's what I'm having a problem with. I have a problem with the narrative, which they took a step away from, which is why I appreciate this episode. They didn't do that. Granted, the kids didn't have much of anything to go off of. If anything, they were just standees to watch Ash and Go do what they already do. And they praise them for what they do. So they look up to them. I got it.
Yeah.
But they didn't dig into them at all. I don't know these kids. I don't know who they are. They're not.
Well, you're making it sound like it's the Pokemon version of another Brick in the Wall Part 2, and we don't want that.
I know. I'm saying like the kids here.
Tyrone, did you actually legit get that reference, or are you just rolling?
Yeah, he just fucking steamrolled over it.
Okay, that's what I figured it was.
I'm saying that I'm glad. If anything, like I said, I praised the episode because it didn't follow the same pattern that most Pokemon episodes do when they introduce kids into an episode.
Also, High Prof says, "Oh wait, aren't 10-year-olds considered kids?" Not exactly. In fact, in this episode, they're considered trainers. They actually point that out in the episode. Where it's like,
yes.
So you become a kid, a trainer, a teenager, and then an
exactly. No. When you're a trainer, you're just a trainer. No matter what, you could be 86 years old.
Oh, that's just your life.
Yeah, you pretty much sealed the deal at that point. You're just trainer.
The only person that could turn "fuck them kids" into like a legit conversation.
No, but I agree with you too. I was like, is this going to be another Kids Day episode? And
thankfully, it wasn't.
All right, everybody's not going to yell at Polly though, because that's not a thing. Because we respect Polly.
Tyrone, I actually agree with you on a lot of things, and
thank you, Polly. But I think I just need Polly to be my authoritative mouth.
I will.
Even on Dawn?
I just wanted to be stated because I didn't care that much. I knew how this was gonna end, so I was good.
I hate pineapples on pizza. Fuck you, Tyrone, Polly. I also hate pineapples on pizza. Well, yeah, that's pretty.
Fuck you, Tyrone.
You live with your sweetness, and let's move on.
You know what you did?
Flip the ball. Let's fucking go.
Tyrone, just use the face app, and then you'll be fine.
But yeah, TSS, I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying I'm glad the episode didn't
but you completely buried the Pink Floyd reference, and I'm disappointed.
Because I still wanted to get to the point. Because I was trying to get to the point.
I
didn't want to get distracted.
You mean like what we're doing right now?
You do that.
Oh, no, look, message, guys. I got a message. Hold on.
Wait, got a message. All right, the audience wants us to move on, so why don't we move on?
We should
let's get to the meat and potatoes.
I didn't think Tyrone was gonna go on.
I was gonna say steak.
Okay, so as you guys are all aware, aside from the episode that we had, we also got a preview for next week's episode of PM 2019. But aside from next week's episode preview that we got, we also got the future of PM 2019, as in upcoming episodes that are set to release sometime later this year. We don't know exactly when, but it does look pretty exciting. So we're going to go and take this opportunity now to kind of break things down bit by bit. I'm pretty confident we're probably going to phase through a couple of them, but let's hope that we can get to as much as we can, because this is a pretty exciting trailer for just 1 minute, because they show off a lot of things. They show off the Pokemon World Tournament, or championships. They show off various Pokemon that we've yet to see in the anime, such as Sobble, Morpeko, I believe was the name. Seems to be for development for Go and Reboot. A reuniting moment between a trainer and a gym leader that we never thought we'd get to see today. Fans clamoring about animation being reused again 3 generations later. The mystery characters that are going to be in the top 8 for the World Championships.
The aliens.
We're going to call them the aliens. Los aliens, I guess we'll say. We saw the Galarian Farfetch. Sonya is making an appearance. There's a bunch of Slowpoke for some reason. And then the final shot being of Ash and Go with one another in one shot. So let's get at it then. I don't really know where to begin. This is exciting to me. I'm just going to say right off the bat, hot damn, this is going to be good first year for PM 2019.
In the episode, I'm going to have a problem.
I am so excited for what's to come, man. I did not think, never in my wildest dreams, even as much as I was hoping to see this happen, never did I think a companion would actually return in the series within the first year. And we are getting that with, I guess we could begin with one character that everybody wants to talk about, Karina. She is coming back in the series.
Okay,
And she
my
brought back something that fans have been clamoring on for so many years. Ever
This is
since
a
the
big
shit.
fucking deal.
Yes, and it made it such a big deal. Yes, guys, you've asked for it. You got it. The X and
Mega
Y and
Lucario.
Z animation return. Your art style is back,
joy.
boys, for like 5 seconds.
I want to put this into context real quick. If we had to pick a gym leader, Karina would not have been even in my top 5,
No.
let alone top 10.
Really now?
Dude,
Yeah.
I could give a fuck less about any of the X and Y gym leaders.
The only
Damn.
reason why she's back is fucking Riolu. That's the only.
No, well that too, but I'm saying she's the most memorable of the X and Y gym leaders. That's
Which
why
is not
people
saying
like her.
much. It's unfortunate.
That is not. You're very right. You're very right.
Yeah.
It isn't saying
Unfortunately,
much.
that's
So-
not saying much.
So the whole Grant and Viola thing where they clearly
We
have
never
some
got
kind
a
of buddy
conclusion to that.
relationship.
all I'm saying is that Karina re-showing up means it's not that exciting to me personally because I don't care that much about the X. You could have gave me fucking Gardenia and I would have been more excited than fucking
Yeah.
Karina. That's me
Damn.
personally. That's me
see,
personally.
I liked
Gardenia's the
Karina's
DP,
arc because
no?
she was learning how she was a new
Go ahead.
and it didn't work out the first time, so her grandpa had to her father had to put like some
Tyrone.
lessons in her and shit, and she had to pass a
Tyrone.
trial, and it was
Tyrone,
good.
But here's the thing, Tyrone. We had that same kind of premise with 2 other gym leaders and 2
Yeah,
other
but Karina
regions.
traveled with Ash and the others.
For like
Also,
Yeah.
view it this way. She was incomplete in X and Y. She did develop. She did get the ability to use Mega Evolution, but now time has passed. She, like I talked
She
about this
mastered
before
it, yeah.
in the X and Y
That's the other
games.
thing I don't care about. It's
Well-
fucking Mega Evolution again. I don't care
Well-
about Mega Evolution.
Talk to
Well,
you.
also-
Okay, Evie, what you got to say, buddy?
Well, you also got to consider, and I mentioned this in Tasso's podcast, that in the games, you got to remember that you don't receive
We're
your
giving
Mega
that
Bracelet.
squirrel face some plug.
You don't receive your Mega Bracelet up until you face Karina. So, if we're gonna be bringing back Mega Evolution or
Please,
reintroduce
no.
Mega Evolution into PM 2019. Now, look, hold up, let me finish, Terrell. I know where
No,
you're
go
getting
ahead,
at.
I'm sorry.
Please
No,
no, not just
But
kidding.
please no.
No, I'm kidding. Yes, Ash he will be receiving the Mega Bracelet.
Ah, no.
I like
would,
the side of Evie.
I don't-
Mega evolve.
I would
Being
shoot
serious
something.
here.
I would generally shoot something.
Being serious here, if we're gonna be
Go ahead.
reintroducing Mega Evolution, I think Karina will be the best candidate for this. So,
100% agree.
They're probably
Yeah.
not gonna make it prominent as Gigantamax
No.
or Dynamaxing.
It shouldn't be in the fucking anime.
Sun and Moon
Why?
did it too. Sun and Moon did that too. Sun and Moon had Mega Evolution alongside of Z for a while.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
Not
yeah,
everything
it
needs to
didn't
be
harm
with
anything.
Gigantamax.
They only used it for like 2 episodes and it was over.
I just feel like it takes away the
So
whole
they're-
represent the gimmicks of each region. It
Yeah,
feels like you just they don't want Mega Evolution to die, so we're gonna keep.
They don't. They legit
Those are
don't.
models. I mean, like I wouldn't want them to die either.
Yeah, they put effort into those models. They got to come back somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe in the
I mean,
DP
I'm not
remix.
bugged. Yeah, I'm not bugged by it. Karina is a gym leader. She's entering the world championships. Anybody can enter the world championships.
I
That's
understand
fine.
it. I'm just saying, if you were gonna pick a gym leader guy, why couldn't it have been anyone else?
Because
Not
it
anyone
makes
else, but
sense with what's
more
going on
interesting
right
Because
now.
because of plot convenience. That's
Well, I know.
I'm glad
And
they
look.
picked the gym leader that hung out with Ash the longest in XY.
I'll
She's
be
a companion,
annoyed.
man.
Go,
You know?
go ahead, Polly.
I'll be
Go ahead,
annoyed
Polly.
if I actually never saw the Karina arc, any of it.
Mm.
So I have no like attachment to Karina yet. But
Mhm.
I will be more annoyed if Ash, like Lance, but Lance is a champion. You can kind of give him that. Ash was in the stands watching the battle.
Yeah.
If he does not interact with Karina like at all, or even remembers her, then I'll be annoyed. 'Cause it's
Okay,
like, what?
Yeah.
then we're gonna have problems. Yes, but
Yeah.
at the moment, I know people are expecting 2 things from this. One, of course, we're gonna see the X and Y anime in the PM 2019 art style because they're gonna do what they did with Lieutenant Surge, where they're gonna have some shots from the original and redone in the art style that is, now. So we're going to see XY Ash in the PM 2019 art style fighting against Mega Lucario and Karina from the X and Y series. And the second thing, of course, is that whenever they do flashbacks like this, normally they also include other characters that are also a part of it. And given that she was not just simply a gym leader, but also a companion, it's not going to be surprising to see a shot, not voicing or anything, but just a regular screenshot.
You mean the remake of that photo?
Yeah, of that photo maybe, or just them adventuring together before they eventually fought each other in the gym. So we know that's happening. At least that's what we hope anyway. But I agree
one
with
comment I saw was funny. I actually that they put the trailer for this also on Facebook. And I scrolled through the comments and somebody put the Lucario that punted Pikachu is coming back.
Oh god!
Gonna punt him again.
I thought that was funny because that Karina's Lucario.
No, he kicked him. Like fucking,
yeah, that's what they said. He punted. Yeah, he punted. Yeah. So it was funny because like Karina and Lucario did come a ways where when Lucario first did Mega Evolution, he was freaking savage. He was taking Pikachu like by the teeth on the tail and like swinging Pikachu with his teeth. He was an animal, and it took like Lucario biting Karina's arm.
Yeah.
Growing their bond together to finally get him back to place.
Although it was satisfying. It was satisfying seeing Pikachu snap Lucario's arm, though, in that fight. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, yeah, because Pikachu lost the other two fights. So
yeah, so it's like, you get your just dessert. I'm about to twist your goddamn arm in this fight with the gym.
I'm just saying, because it looks likely that after battling Karina again, we better not see that Lucario be standing still and take, like, 5 Thunderbolts again.
Oh. No.
I don't know, because, see, this is what I wanted to bring up before with Karina. You see, when Ash fought Karina back then, in my head, this is my approach as how I'm going at it. He fought Karina as gym leader Karina. But if you remember in the X and Y games, there are 2 variations of Karina's character. There's the gym leader Karina, and then there's that whole mastery thing that she has.
Successors Karina.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think Ash this time around is fighting that version instead in this fight, which is great.
She fully has a grip on Mega Evolution.
Exactly. She became the face of Mega Evolution when you take away Alon, because he basically became the face of it, given the axe that we got.
And the reason I liked the Karina arc so much was because the gym battle wasn't just for Ash. It was for her and Lucario. It was finally they can unlock not only this new power, but they're able to work together without Lucario going crazy.
Exactly.
So it was a way for them to work together. So if any gym leader is gonna come back from Kalos, I'm fine with Karina.
Yeah, out of all of them, honestly, yes, they might not be as memorable as many might say, but like to me personally, if you had to choose at least one, I'm very glad it's her. She deserves it. She earned her spot into becoming one of the characters, and I'm very glad that she's not one of the later ones.
Like Olympia or something.
Yeah, like she's not like in the top 100 or top anything. Like what I think is happening right now is that as you see the Pokemon World Championship, I think by the time we get into this tournament, Ash is already in the top 1,000, and that's where Karina resides.
Yeah, we see right now Leon, Lance, and Lance 2. I know I'm making a joke because Rion uses Dragon.
Yeah, but then you have the 5 alien goo.
Right, yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, the Los Aliens, we'll call them then.
Los Aliens.
Exactly.
Please, I need to see Pierce. Not for any particular reason.
Here's my thing. If I don't see Marnie, I'm going to have problems. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, no.
We'll have opportunity.
Okay, well, all right, here's the question.
Yeah, well, I see more.
I mean, if Sonya's going to come, Marnie has to come.
Terrell has a question. Go ahead.
All right, here's a question. This one should be, I would hope, be quick, but we'll see what happens.
All right.
If you had to pick any gym leader from the anime, one gym leader to reappear in 2019, which gym leader would you pick?
Oh, but please, before we answer that though, which generation region?
Ooh, I gotta think.
It doesn't matter what generation.
So it's all from 6 generations because Generation 7 is friggin'.
I'm making you pick one from the whole anime.
Brock.
Because if we
Flannery.
Oh my god.
Flannery.
Okay, hold on. So Tia says it's Flannery. What did you say, KG?
Brock.
Fuck up.
Listen, man. Listen, you say that, but don't you legit want to see an Ash versus Brock battle? We haven't had that. We never fought Ash, though. Fight again. I want to see a legit battle.
I'm not opposed to that, but I get one. I know.
Go ahead.
If I had to pick one, I had to say Volkner.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wait, Volkner was the electric, was he?
No,
Yeah.
it's, no, it's the ice.
No,
Volkner?
Volkner? That's
no.
like
Volkner.
it's
The
electric.
guy with Volk in his name?
Volk,
it's-
yeah,
it's-
whatever.
Yeah, from Diamond and
brain
Pearl.
fart.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fine.
he's the diamond. And
It's 11. It's 11:30 in
Wow.
Quarantineville. Thank you.
You stay up until 3 o'clock. That's not an excuse for you, TSS.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
but okay. So
Well,
anyway,
brain-
the
the
point of the
brain
matter is
doesn't
we
work.
fixed that
Sorry.
error. So let's continue.
No, all right, but go ahead. Okay, so Volkner for Evie, Brock for KG, Flannery for TSS. Who was yours, probably?
Silent.
I was thinking of Rulefrick. I'm
Hands down.
sorry, I fail.
Because
No, you're good.
V and W.
we never got any we never. Poor Silent.
Oh no,
in the
listen,
train,
I
man.
would listen. I would co-sign hard on that. Alright?
Because we got he got shafted in terms of the connoisseur plot, so we could at least give him this, a rematch with Ash, and at least give best wishes, anime best wishes, that is, like some kind of like redemption.
Because
Just, some type of representation.
I agree, because you gotta admit, Silent in Best Wishes was pretty incredible.
Oh, he was the shit.
He
That's
was
all
the
the early
GOAT in
seasons.
this squad right there, honestly. You know, he took out Ash multiple times in the series.
He
Not
took,
just-
he took out Ash's rivals.
He
took out
beat Trip. Yeah.
yeah,
What
so
about you, Tyrone?
I agree,
Um,
though. I would like that.
I'm not. Weirdly enough, I would pick Best Wishes and pick Iris, but this time Iris is the gym leader now. Like she grew up. And,
So
well,
pretty
not
much
grew up.
it'd be
but
like her-
Grew.
It would be her like her video game stuff.
Yeah, it'd be her video game. Like she's a gym leader now. Because remember, I think Drayden, is his name Drayden?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Drayden.
Yeah, Drayden is the gym leader in Best Wishes, and Iris was supposed to be, but she ran out.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind Iris growing up and finally making that gym leader debut. She already got her episode where she caught like a gibble or whatever. So I'm not opposed to Iris finally getting that gym leader role.
I'm gonna mine. Technically, Gardenia would have been one of them, but I think the other one I would like, even though she's had numerous appearances, but Masters has made me really appreciate her even more. Is Claire,
Oh yeah.
Ooh, nice.
There.
especially
Yeah, Claire's good.
especially since Lance is already
Claire was in Best Wishes too, so
No, that's why I say that, because I know. it's a
You
little-
know
Yeah,
what?
Let's go through all the gym leaders now.
You know which gym leader deserves some justice for the way she was treated in the anime series? I would like to see Sabrina.
Dang.
She has her heart gold, soul silver odd style from what we saw.
And
in
it's
the
gonna be weird to bring Sabrina back.
It also depends on what version of her they use.
No, that's why I said
Remember
the
the
heart gold, soul
time
silver one.
Like,
Remember the
do, like,
time
are they-
she turned her parents and friends and loved ones into fucking dolls?
Yeah, like are they gonna continue her anime version, or are they just gonna use the game
No.
version of it?
Remember
Here's
when
my
she
thing,
created a creepy child version of herself to talk for her?
Oh, God.
Was this battle at last week or whatever 2 weeks ago with in Vermilion City?
Oh,
Was that a
Biscuits,
one-time
Biscuits?
time thing because they're in Vermilion City, or is that going to be?
Well, the only reason why Satoshi fought her was because of the ranking.
Well, that and she was close.
and
Exactly.
Lieutenant Surge was out training.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping them from.
We're gonna see Surge anyway. I
Oh wait,
think.
is there any issues of rematching? I guess is a
No,
question.
they even mentioned they could rematch.
Yeah, they can
Okay,
rematch if they
well,
want.
then if that's the
just-
case, then
it's
you-
like
you-
it's so anticipatory. The series, like I feel like it's building up to something, but I also don't know if that's just me, and I
don't
don't
get
want
your
to be
hopes up.
disappointed. I
Somebody
know, I
said,
don't
"Bring
want
back
to.
Whitney." Goddamn.
I actually wouldn't be opposed to that. Just
No,
to, see,
I wouldn't be.
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. Or, and here's another little bias because I do like this pairing a little bit. If they brought back any of the Frontier brains,
Oh,
I like
No!
that. Actually, before we continue though,
No!
everybody, I don't think I heard yours, Richie. Though, did you ever say?
oh, that's
which-
true.
Did you ever bring up which gym leader in particular you would like to see? Before we get to Frontier Brains, at least.
Well, since I thought we were only able to state one, but since everyone stated like two almost, I guess I'll take that chance.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
My main choice. This may not make sense because we already have like a fighting type gym leader coming back, but I'll put this one out anyways. What about Mei Ling?
I'm
Oh,
cool.
The one with the
yeah.
original Lucario.
Ironically-
right?
Ironically enough, that was what I was referring to back when I was like, we've already seen this already with Karina, because
Right.
essentially is the same idea.
Well, I mean, maybe like
Unless they
a.
get some Diamond
Oh,
Pearl representation.
I'll fight your card to see which one is better or whatever.
Oh,
That would be
Maylene.
cool though. That would be pretty cool to
I'd be
see.
repping Maylene all day. That's a personal bias.
What's
What's
the other one, Richie?
What was the other one?
Paul.
No, go ahead, Richie. Go ahead.
This one is tough, but I'll do it anyways, just so maybe we can plug these characters back in. What about Norman?
I'm not opposed to that.
May's
Me
fodder.
neither.
I'm not opposed
Yeah.
to that.
That
Yeah,
would be a
May
nice
and
way
Max
to
fodder.
pull May in.
That's literally
Well,
the
both
only
of
reason
them,
why I'm not
really.
opposed to it, because I'm like, if I can
Also,
get,
Ash has fought Norman twice. He's a very staple. As you know.
Yeah, bring back
Side.
Norman.
Yeah, I'm not against.
just get your ass.
And also, it would be an AG representation, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
I'm not opposed to that.
now,
that's right, because we didn't pick an AG gym leader. Did
now,
we
now
did
with that
Flannery.
said, though,
TSS did. He said Flannery.
TSS.
yeah, it's a Flannery. Now the
Which
thing
is
is,
another thing.
Terrell, you brought up Battle Frontiers, though. You know who definitely deserves to come in? I'm pretty confident everyone's gonna agree with me on this one.
Open
Annabelle.
your mouth. Yeah, that's my first.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
And that's
because
what I want.
come on, let's be real here. That's the true shipping everyone
I
cares
fuck
about.
with that ship. That's
That
the
that
reason
is
why.
my definitive ass ship
That
right
shipping
there.
is so. Oh, by the way, I like you.
I don't care.
I don't care. It works. Although I do wonder if they're gonna bring Annabelle back, are they gonna give her the new design, or are they gonna go with the old school one? Because given how HG,
They're gonna go with her Sun and Moon when she's an agent now.
Oh, that'd be kind of weird.
See, that's why.
Are we
She's part of the Men in Black crew. She's hunting out those aliens.
Right.
Los aliens.
Those aliens.
Yeah,
Nobody
Los
likes me
aliens.
as a man in black because I'm a woman.
Oh god.
International. There you go.
What were you
Do
saying,
you think
Paul?
we'll
There we
see
go.
Misty? Since she is the gym
Misty.
leader?
That's possible.
It is.
Cerulean
I'm
City's
gonna-
right
I'm
by
gonna-
To
really
be,
Vermilion.
to be fair, Kanto gym leaders have the most chance because of
That
We're
Kanto,
there.
yeah.
We're
Yeah,
there.
because they're Kanto.
Yeah.
And Misty and Brock will always
Like
have.
Erica can come back for an actual challenge.
That's why I'm saying I would
You
love to see
saved my
Brock
gloom
come
from
back
a
for a
fucking
I
fight.
don't need.
Fire.
Listen.
Yeah,
I don't
me
need
too.
sexist Erica. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we don't need sexist Erica.
The thing with Brock though is that then they, as much as I love him and I would love, it's just then they will ignore the canon of Forrest being the gym leader now, his brother.
No, you don't have to be a gym leader to
Yeah, you
qualify.
just-
right.
You don't need
Everybody,
to be.
everybody can be in the world
Sorry.
championship.
Yeah, although the only thing that it would counterattack with Brock is the fact that he's trying to be a doctor.
Yeah,
I am not thinking straight today.
No, don't worry.
Hey,
It's
neither am
quarantine
I.
hours.
You know, I fucked up with the Faulkner, so you're excused.
No, because we were talking
know-
about gym leaders. I'm like, oh yeah.
You know, I'm kind of surprised no one's mentioned
Actually, that'd be kind
Koga
of cool
yet.
to see Forrest in that. In
Yeah,
that
it would be
case.
cool to see Forrest.
Just to see if them acknowledge that consistency.
They had
and,
a whole
and
special
Janine,
about it,
Koga's daughter.
Oh
Janine,
my
yeah,
goodness.
Janine, yeah.
Yep.
Or,
What were you gonna say,
yeah.
Evie? Though?
No, I was gonna say but Tyrone made a good follow up. I brought up Koga, but I think will be a better candidate. Since we
Janine
haven't
would
seen
be
her.
Yeah, Janine, because Ash already fought and
Yeah.
beat Koga, so it would actually be kind of cool to see him
Does
fight.
Janine show
No,
up?
I know that, but I thought
No.
I think Koga will.
No,
also
she
be great.
doesn't. Because they retcon Koga, they retcon a daughter for Koga, I think.
That's disrespectful.
I think they give her like a bullshit. I think they give Koga like a bullshit
Well,
daughter.
no, remember he didn't have a daughter until Gold and Silver, right?
Yeah,
I
Golden
believe so.
Silver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he had
and
a
they-
daughter.
and they-
She just didn't have a role until.
No. I'm saying like she wasn't acknowledged in the canon of the games until.
No,
Gold and
yeah, she
Silver.
wasn't
Until
mentioned
later.
at all.
And
Yeah.
so the
Until-
problem is that Kanto that Koga was introduced in Kanto, so and there was no reason to double back to those gym leaders. So
Honestly, they're both great candidates, and the reason why I brought up Koga is because who knows if at that point he's an Elite Four member for Kanto.
I think
that is true. You are right.
That
Let's
region
go-
doesn't need any more
Let's
reps.
Go
Jesus
actually
Christ.
corrects this. The game Let's Go corrects this by having him mention Janine.
Yes.
Yeah.
good.
All right.
The one redeeming factor of Let's Go, aside
Right,
from
that's
the other
like the
hundreds
only
of good
good
things.
thing.
And the 416 volpics.
Yeah, that's its own tier right there. That's a KG mess
Bringing
there.
back Fantina a problem or not?
Who?
Who?
Oh,
Exactly,
you're talking
never
about
mind.
from Diamond and Pearl.
Diamond and Pearl, the ghost type gym leader.
God.
I don't know what was she do
Fantina?
exactly to pull the story
Honestly?
forward.
She was responsible
I-
for filler in my book, but it wasn't her fault. But it was the
Honestly,
the
I think-
Jim.
I think
yeah.
Morty will be a better ghost type gym leader to have on.
Morty.
Morty.
Given
And
the
it's,
tie-ins as well with
Yes.
Ho-Oh and Suicune, that would be pretty cool to see.
You're gonna have a
brought back.
mischievous Morty. It's gonna be great.
God damn it, Rick.
But Gengar, you use like hypnosis or whatever.
I feel like Johto and the AG people need like some kind of
Yes.
Jasmine can come back
Faulkner.
for the third time.
but especially AG because at least we got Claire. We even got what's her name from the Chara Civic Valley, Liza. We even got her in Best Wishes, and we got Claire. So I feel like AG really needs some representation.
That's what I'm saying. Annabelle would be the best one to choose from.
Annabelle, Flannery,
Lucy.
Norm.
Lucy,
Roxanne
no.
for
Lucy
no
only
reason.
worked for me because of
Roxanne.
Lucy
Brock.
only
though.
works if you
Roxanne.
give me Brock. Lucy, if
Yes.
Brock is not there, you cannot.
Yeah, Lucy's whole gimmick is that she liked Brock.
Also, Steven is another one.
Oh man, I could talk about this all day.
I think Steven Stone is a given.
Yes, we know.
Although, with that said, though, I don't think Steven's ever going to fight Ash. I think Steven's going to fight against another champion.
Yeah,
before
he's gonna
eventually-
Yeah.
probably fight another champion.
You know who he's gonna fight, don't you?
Cynthia.
Yeah.
Insert
Yep.
piano piece.
Y'all not ready for Cynthia's theme song? No, fuck that.
No, you're not.
No,
you're
but
not
I
ready
would
for Yuki
love-
Hayashi's remix of Cynthia's
I would
theme
love.
song.
Listen, I would personally.
appearances.
I would personally like if they did exactly the same thing as Masters, because you have people gushing for Steven, people gushing for Cynthia, and they'll just have them together in one room and then just have that. I would love to have that.
Terrell, I want to talk to you about this real fast because I just want to see your take on it.
Okay.
They showed somebody on Twitter tried to fill in the spots where all the people in the master class are.
Yeah.
And one of the spots was filled by Alder. In my brain, I'm thinking, no Alder. But
No.
bring Alder's son. What is it, his son or his grandson?
I think it's
Yes.
grandson.
Yeah,
Alder.
bring Alder's grandson. That would be way better than Alder
Bingo
himself.
versus
Okay,
Iron.
look. You listen. I understand the Alder has his problems.
He has
Jiraiya.
all the problems.
He has the problems, but I feel like he needs a redemption arc because he was out here getting disrespected, and then he can earn that date with Cynthia like he wanted. That's besides the point.
So it's
I-
basically going to be like a he fights Cynthia if I win this go out for cream
You know who I
situation.
would rather have? I would personally, if I can get like a Charon representation, and proper Charon representation. If they did that nonsense where they gave us they gave us black and white 2 Charon and black and white 1 Bianca. I don't like that shit.
Although
was
time
weird.
has passed, so maybe we could see Black White 2 Bianca. Maybe not in terms of age, but the outfit
you know who I
design.
would like to see?
Hugh?
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll only work if Goku's voice actor comes into this one.
I'm about to go into rage right now.
That will be the only way to see that work.
Oh yeah, Roxy. Roxy's another one I'd be cool with.
I love Roxy.
Yeah, Roxy would be cool. That would be.
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah, this is what I love about this series.
Hey, he's a gym leader technically. Bring Giovanni.
Oh fuck you.
Sergi actually, by the way, he's in the chat, brought that up.
Retrospect.
Because
Go ahead.
wait. Cynthia knows that Giovanni's a villain though.
Yeah.
So wouldn't Cynthia just say, "Hey, axe this man because he's straight up villain"? In fact, he's here. Arrest this man. You know.
No.
No.
Giovanni's like, as
No,
I
no, no,
recall,
but that
everybody
works.
is welcome to the world
No,
championship.
but that works because you would have like a side arc with Team Rocket stuff. In the
Yeah,
background.
like Giovanni's
Yes.
entering the world championships. Looks legit like a trainer that just wants to be in it, but it's just a ploy to ambush the world
And then we
championships.
can get Biff and Cassidy back.
Oh god.
This is all.
You mean Butch?
This is all
Butch.
just ploy.
The
for
anime's
me
gonna
to
be a
get
lot
my-
more disappointing than this already.
I know. I'm already setting myself. This is just like a pipe dream for all of us.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is glad we're talking about.
Oh, at this one we're high. There is no fight.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody brought it up. A Giovanni's son. Somebody could.
Oh yeah, Silver. I forgot about
my
that.
He appeared for
goodness.
3 seconds.
Silver.
If we see Silver, man, a lot of people bite a nut out there.
Ever since he appeared for 3 seconds in the host open. Whatever.
Yeah.
To be fair, everyone would lose their shit collectively.
Yeah, because
Oh,
yeah.
we never
So-
seen him in the anime at all.
Yeah, I know that's the point.
And I would love that. I think that would be a nice little nod there. It'd be like, okay, I can't do anything because they know what I am, but you could go in and do my job there and basically
Right.
take down the championship.
So,
Team
Might
Rocket
be
is sponsoring Silver
Okay.
for
Listen,
$17 million.
let's-
Here's the
Okay.
problem. we might be getting a little too excited about.
Yeah,
it.
we're getting.
We
but
need
like,
to move. We need to
dangerous.
move on because there's a lot more that we need to talk about, especially ones that's coming next week.
To
So
be
let's,
fair, though, TSS, actually, before we continue, though, are any of us gonna even sleep in like 15 minutes? Because given that we're in quarantine time, we could. Just
I do not
I-
mind staying up. I don't mind
I
if
don't
we
mind
stay up for another
I'm
24
not-
The only,
hours.
the only
Let's
problem.
do
The
this
only
shit.
problem is people are gonna say, "Why the fuck do I have to sit through like 2.5 hours?"
because it's a podcast.
Oh god.
Also, if people want to, they can enjoy and watch it later. You know, at the end of the day, we want to make sure we get everything we have in our chest out of the way.
Today we can afford an extended
Plus,
Yeah.
PokePod.
This is gonna be an
It's
extended.
just so much fun talking about the lore sometimes. I think, like, sometimes it's just, I feel like the goal is just to talk about the episode for the week, and that's it. And then,
But at the same time, TSS is right because we've only touched like 1/3 of the entire
Yeah,
trailer.
because there's a lot
Oh,
more.
yeah.
There's a lot more meat
Yeah.
into this. and
We
that's
still
what
got to talk about
We got,
Sabo.
we got to talk something more about, more than Los Aliens. We got to do something.
So we'll come back.
So,
But
by
for
the
now,
way, we got to still talk about Rayhan, but
Who?
just to wrap up, just the fucking guy.
Lance too.
Right.
Okay, so in the silhouette we have, like I said, you could definitely tell that one of them is Leon, one of them is Lance, one of them is Rayhan, and the other 5 are the Los Aliens. So out of those 5, I don't know if any of those. I mean, we know probably Cynthia and Steven are probably part of them.
Yeah, they're sealed at that point.
They're sealed at that point of the top 8. The only question is, I would say the other 3.
We know
Now-
one is Ash.
Well, no, not at that point.
Well,
That
here's
is
the
true.
question.
You're right. Ash is
Here's
gonna
the
have to
question.
fight one of them at this point.
Here's the question, Tyrone. You had an issue with Alder. What if it's Champion Iris?
That would be fucking dope. But I don't think so. Only because we got Lance and so we already got 2 dragon users.
But dragons are supposed to be considered
Also,
the
why
strongest.
And didn't Iris meet Cynthia in the special?
Yeah, and remember the Meloetta stuff.
Yeah. Iris met Cynthia in the
Iris has actually met like 3.
We need some ice cream.
when the
Major
world
play.
champion. Yeah, she met her in the World Championships Junior edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
don't
So
think
let's
that's-
talk about. I think let's talk about Rayhan next because it's going to be coming up pretty
If
soon.
he doesn't
too.
take a selfie, we're gonna have a problem.
I knew Rihan was gonna show up so soon.
I just
Yeah,
didn't
we need-
expect it like
we
this.
need freaking full on Instagram fucking shit going on. Otherwise-
He's got to be that dude.
So, out of curiosity though, because given that he's in the top 8, is he going to be knocked out? If he because we all know he's going to lose to Leon. It has to be because story.
Yeah.
But he can
purposes.
only lose to Leon. That's
Yeah,
my thing.
yeah. But here's the thing though: would he lose his ranking position then if he lost?
Yes.
I would
He'll
think
probably
so.
just be
Yeah.
in super class though. He won't be in the.
Yeah, he'll be in the super class. I'm just saying. I hope that's part
Well,
of the story.
when you defeat somebody, the rank goes down. So I don't expect if you get beaten by Leon, your rank still goes down.
Yeah, he was already up there. So like, how much of a drop is it? Really?
Yeah, no, but I'm
Maybe
saying
not
that the
much.
reason why I'm bringing this up is only because I want to see that be a story element as well, where it's like both Ash and Raihan are trying to get back to the top 8, and they are like the last 2 that need to duke it out to see who gets the 8th spot. Like I would like that kind of story element because Raihan has his
You're
own
talking
story.
episode 148 right now.
144.
Elijah brings up a good point.
Like in the distant future.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I think that would be an interesting little story element for Raihan, just to see how he handles his loss before eventually trying to find his way back up again. But aside from that, though, I do like 2 things in the preview we got for Raihan. 1, he looks badass. Very happy with the animation style that they're going with him. 2, in the preview with like the text that were in screen, if you take a really, really close look at the back, you'll notice Doodlelot in the background. So that's obviously it's gonna be there. It's his ace, if I'm correct. So
Yeah, it's ace Pokemon.
But
exactly.
listen, I need him to have a flag on for my representation. That's all I'm saying.
I
Hell
would
yeah,
love that
boy.
too. Sandstorm mix in with the Doodlelot.
I also want him to be like a weather team, like he is in the game.
I think
Yeah.
he will.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
definitely
he will.
believe he will.
I believe
Yeah.
it's going to be like a 1-to-1.
Like maybe
There's no-
a double battle. Maybe they could do.
He was such a good
Maybe,
character in the
yeah.
game. He can't afford not to be 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Plus, this is the current gen.
It's the same thing with him. It's the same thing. Like we got the Moropeko scene. I'm imagining we're gonna get Marnie and Pierce respectively, which means we're also gonna get Team Yell, which would make sense considering.
Which means we'll get Pierre.
Hopefully,
what was that?
Nothing.
No, you know you say it.
She said that means we'll get Pierre, and that's exactly what it is.
Oh,
hopefully, Team Yell's a lot better in the anime than the game. Because I'm a big
I hope so too. Yeah.
I still have my, I guess, unpopular opinions with Team Yell. I didn't have any issues with them in the game, but that's
they barely did anything. They were minor inconvenience at best.
I mean, what they could possibly do.
Team.
I mean, what they could possibly do is make some of the grunts a little bit, better fleshed out, like more. You'll have more sequences.
I can see. Here's a subplot.
Meant to be villains. That's the thing about.
Here's the subplot I can see. A subplot I can see is Team Yell always tries to they try to guide Marnie in a way that's not gonna help her character build. They have her fight against trainers and force trainers to fight her, but they're all lower ranked than her, so she can't. But every time you beat someone that's a lower rank than you, you don't rank up as much as you would if you beat someone with a higher rank. So Marnie's like, you guys are holding me back. I could be doing better than this, but you guys keep fixing it, so I do it. So let me be on my own. And then they got to respect her, so now she's got to fight stronger trainers like Ash or some shit. I don't know.
See, what I'm worried about is that
people... I'll go.
And then he'll lose, and she'll lose, and then Team Yell will be like, no, Marnie, you lost. And she's like, yeah, but I got better.
Evie, go.
Yes. See, what I'm worried about is I just hope they don't give Team Yell the Team Skull treatment.
Yeah.
One episode and then they're gone for like 50
I
episodes.
I hope not.
Let me talk to the Donnie Arch just made
just
the
the way
comment.
they're executed in general.
Donnie Arch just made the comment. Marnie's not that mean, Tyrone. It's got nothing to do with her being mean. The game tells Team Yell to stop doing that shit.
Okay, listen. I just want to put it into context because I feel like Team Yell, for some reason, gets the same weird expectation that Team Skull is, and they're not even meant to be the same kind of group.
No, they're not.
Team Yell's whole thing, and in the game, same thing with Marnie and Pierce, is to bring respect to their town because their town feels neglected because it's the only one that doesn't have like a
slum.
Town. Yeah, it's the slums. Like Team Yell's goal isn't to like be antagonistic. Now, some of the things they do come off as antagonistic because they're trying to help Marnie. But the whole point, they're not meant to be like Team Skull, like where they're dicks to everybody. That's why you got a weird sequences in Sword and Shield where they were helping Kabu training, or they were trying to quote unquote protect the Dreadnought, whatever. They're not like bad people. They're just their goals sometimes come off antagonistic because of the things they do to try to help Marnie.
And yeah, I get it. That's fine. I get the motif. The motif is support, but it's support almost in the wrong direction. They're not being bad inadvertently. They're just in the wrong. It's sort of the wrong direction. That's fine.
Effort.
My issue with Team Yell is that Team Yell doesn't appear enough for me to get that motive from them. That's my issue with Team Yell.
Ty makes a point. It's like the boonies. No, it's not. It's the boonies and the slums are two completely different things. The boonies are like the country, like freaking one house and one store and that's it. We're talking about like a completely neglected urban area, just like Newark, like Newark, New Jersey.
I do remember that. I remember when they used to they made the joke about Ash being from the boonies, and you were like, "What?"
That's supposed to stop. Oh, that was a good one.
Because it came out of nowhere. Like I read it in the subs, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, they tried. That was their attempt to make Trip interesting, and it failed.
Well, I mean, he's just a dick, kind of like Paul is. Like that's the
whole... Donnie, I'm right. Well, Donnie, I'm right about Newark because when the police tells you have to go through red lights, otherwise you're gonna get carjacked. That's when you say you can't do that.
Trip is generic brand Paul. That's literally all he is.
Yeah, but Ty, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to use the tongue to freaking say that it was a reference or not, because you got to make the whole thing. You got to make it like a joke. You can't just go straight up because you have to know how to talk to people using text.
Can I keep that picture of Morpeko and it's just like me watching the comment section or some shit?
I'm hoping that's Mark.
You're gonna turn that into like the Michael Jackson eating the popcorn.
I'm almost hoping.
Yes. Exactly, TSS.
Well, we'll talk about Trip in a few weeks.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Rivals.
I hate Trip. No,
Rivals
just kidding.
podcast.
Okay, so what else?
Unintentional.
What other
So-
what other pictures do we need to look at?
What else? There was the Rihan stuff. There was
Well-
what else?
Well, actually,
Go ahead, AB.
sorry. I just want to make a quick comment about Raihan. Actually, two things. First of all,
I was about to say 2 minutes later.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
One for
Sorry, but one little comparison that I this impression that I get out of Raihan,
minutes later.
and no, I also mentioned this in the Tesla cast that I don't know why, but for those of you who watch My Hero Academia, I kind of get Hawks vibes from Raihan.
Okay, I'm
I
not
don't
the
know
only
why.
one getting that as well.
Yeah.
I think it's because of the visual effects they're giving to him when he's throwing the Pokeball.
Yeah, laid back kind of guy, but get serious on the job.
I don't know if I get Hawks.
Okay.
from him.
And
That's
the
just
other thing
because I read the
too.
manga.
It's probably because Hawks just showed up. Like, yeah.
No, it's because I read the
Recently.
manga. That's why I don't. That's why I don't agree with it.
No, it's
Nah.
also because I have a crush on both.
Oh, you got the
And,
best of both worlds here.
Again.
Yeah, another thing too, and it will be kind of cool since we have this sort of thing says DP. Like Flint, it
Right.
would be kind of nice to have Raihan as some sort of like this mentor or this guidance for Ash to to provide hits and other advice to help Ash advance to the rankings. Like I like to see Raihan take on that kind of role, and it's been a while because it's been a while since when we got that kind of role because that's what made me like Flint in the anime to begin with. So, and not to mention that Raihan kind of played like a guide for you in the games. So, I like to see that.
I will say one thing. If we do since we're getting Raihan anime, I need to see that unseen Pierce versus Raihan fight we don't get to see in the games.
They do
'Cause
bring that up, don't they?
They reference that Pierce arguably is stronger than Raihan. The only reason why Raihan beats him is because he Dynamaxes.
And Pierce doesn't Dynamax because he follows the philosophy of Pokemon shenanigans, these fucking gimmicks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm curious if we can get like a legit fight, and like I just would want to see them go at it. That's part of the reason why I'm excited about the tournament stuff. Even if Ash isn't battling, if we get like cool dream fights we don't usually get in the anime, I'm fucking cool with that.
Yeah, that's
I
why
wanna
a lot
see
of people
that.
were excited with Lance versus Leon because nobody thought that would actually go down like that, especially so early on in the series.
I want to see Bede. I want to see Bede fight a bunch of trainers, but they're following the same thing too, where they're all lower ranked than him. He talks a lot of shit, but never fights anyone than him because he's scared. But he'll talk shit and make it sound like he's better than them.
Yeah, but that's not Beat's character at all.
Yes, it is. When you fight off against Bede, even when you win, he acts like a dick. He's like, "Oh, my Pokemon."
Yeah, but you just said he would fight against like low ranked trainers. He wouldn't. do
right
that.
because they still got to have him win fights. So
Yeah, but I'm saying he wouldn't just intentionally go after low ranked trainers. Is the point I'm making.
Well,
Also,
he would
John
stomp
Diablo,
on him.
thanks for following.
And the problem, and the argument with having that be Marnie's plot point. Now, granted, the anime is known for changing characters' personalities in the anime, but I'm saying as far as the game is concerned, Marnie's whole gimmick was the fact that people thought that she was deeper than what she actually was. Marnie's just kind of a girl who's, well, I would like them to touch on the whole thing about how she has a big problem expressing her emotions. That's why, if you remember, they had the whole thing where she has to she puts her hands up to her mouth to make herself smile.
Which I would love to see that in the anime.
That shit, dude. If that happens, that's getting screen capped, and that's becoming a fucking.
That's going in my beautiful collection right
That's
now.
becoming a fucking wallpaper on something. I don't give a damn what it is. But
Yeah.
that I'm saying that's the
Hi,
kind of-
Prob. I'm gonna tell you right now, not to be mean, just realistic. Harrison, Morrison, Tyson, Tobias, they're not gonna show up.
All right, that's a lot of aggression.
You can hear about them in my podcast.
That's the only time they'll show up again is in Polly's podcast.
You know what? It would be interesting, Polly, just to add like a little extra segment if you ever get time. Like if you're talking about the rivals, you should talk about the fact would you see them appear in the series?
In the
moving
world
forward?
tournament, in the world championships.
But Tyrone, will we see Gary though?
No.
I'm not. I want to say that for the sake of Kanto stuff, they will play with it, but at the same time, because Pocket Monsters is weird. The Pocket Monsters can pull some shit out of pure nowhere. That's their whole deal. Is like the 1 minute no continuity. Next minute, fucking episode references and shit.
And Dragonites.
Right. So
A motherfucking Dragonite.
Right, a motherfucking Dragonite. So it's like a weird 30% chance that Gary will show up.
He's gonna show up, but he's gonna be a professor assistant, like with Sakuragi Labs. But that's as far as it goes. You're not gonna see him. He left that goal, buddy.
Yeah, he left it.
Listen, I'm cool with him being an assistant, but that does not mean he can't casually battle with Ash. That's all I'm saying.
No. I'm not saying he can't battle with Ash. I'm just saying he's not going to battle with him in the championship.
Yeah. It's not going to be an Ash versus Gary Part 3. Fucking. Yeah.
Which, to be fair, we do deserve it because the first one was kind of and I would like to see
the Electivire one was kind of ugh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would like to see a true proper showdown between the two. I think that would be pretty cool. Also, Pikachu deserves it because Pikachu never really fought against Gary in like any really major ones.
Yeah, because he wasn't in the main fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Pikachu fought that little test match against Eevee, and then fought that test match against fucking Electivire.
Exactly, but never really like a true on fight.
Not
so
like a true battle, yeah.
Yeah, so overall, I'm excited for the potential with Raihan. I'm excited for what he could bring to the table because when you introduce a character to a series, you also have to introduce the story elements of them into the mix as well. That's why I said, I'm excited for a lot of the Galar gym leaders because they have a lot of lore behind them that's never really explored much in the games, but they are touched upon in, text boxes or in maybe, the regular
league
books.
Cards.
Yeah, for example, with Melody as a character, she has... I think she has 3 kids or something like that, but we never see the 2 kids in the video games itself. We only just see one of them.
Hell, we never see her. We never see her and Gordy interact in the damn games.
Yeah, so I think that would be nice to see that in the anime. That would be nice right there.
I would like that plot actually.
Yes.
Okay.
Shed some light on that.
Yeah, I think we've gotten into full.
So next, let's talk about the new companions that are going to be showing up very soon. Starting off with the 800-pound gorilla in the room, and that is, or the 800-pound egg, and that is, we know what's gonna happen. That freaking egg.
Rayon's cool though.
Now, the
Riolu stands, rise up, we won.
Well, yeah, because
Ash should have gotten Riolu and Diamond and Pearl. Just saying.
First thing you see is Sabo, then you see Riolu's face. Now, obviously, we know how this is gonna go. Riolu, and the crazy part is, it's gonna hatch next week.
Yeah. On the same episode. They're not gonna
fucking waste their time.
So Ash had a Pokemon with Flame Body. What the fuck?
It's definitely Riolu.
He does have.
Yeah, and I'm ready, and I'm totally ready for Riolu to blow up Twitter again, and then TPCI doesn't know how the fuck to handle it. And
news from Twitter is what's gonna be TSS.
Exactly.
I think Polly, I know you like Diamond Pearl a little bit more than I do, but I think so. You might remember this episode. There's an episode that caught my interest in Diamond and Pearl, actually, where Ash meets a Riolu, and he actually references shit from movie, what was it, movie 8?
Yes.
So I haven't seen that one.
Oh, okay, well,
yeah.
In that episode, he references stuff from movie 8 and works with Riolu to use the aura and stuff. I was like, fucking catch that Riolu. What's wrong with that one?
That was with Riley, right?
Yeah, and then it was revealed. No, they started off with just Riolu by himself. Then they reveal it that he's a trainer, and I'm like, you bitches.
Tyrone, you taking it a little too hard.
No, it's just like that Best Wishes episode with Meloetta, where it was so obvious that Ash should catch Meloetta in that last minute that he can't.
Don't worry, buddy. PM 2019 will fix that issue for you.
Listen,
stop doing that.
Listen. The Coolmons should be caught this region because Ash is on his shit this region.
So, with that being said, why is Ash catching a goddamn Sobble? That's not a cool Pokemon to me.
Who said it was Ash's?
Because in the preview, it hints at that.
It hints at it, but it would make sense.
It would.
That Ash would like coach it up to be
a badass, yeah. But
come on, we need finger bang bang gun.
Yeah, but realistically, if I had to pick one of those starters for him to get, I would have preferred it to be Reboot, but it's not going to be. So if I had to pick a second choice, I actually would have preferred Thwacky. Rillaboom.
No, that's Thwack.
Yeah.
I actually think because I think
Grookey would have been better.
Yeah, I think Grookey's personality makes more sense with Ash.
Grookey seems like the Chespin of the Oshawott kind of thing.
No,
besides, when's the last time we had a good grass representation?
Rowlet.
No. George Wake, and he's the only one he ever
Rowlet
beats.
has a trophy under its belt. Where are the other ones?
Rowlet is cute, and it's all it is. All right, that's all I'm gonna give it.
It beat its final evolution.
I would say it beat Decidueye.
It beat Decidueye.
Oh God!
So it's best starter ever.
Give me a better one.
Rowlet. I'm sorry. Rowlet the Decidueye that was in the league. There you go.
Rowlet the Decidueye.
Exactly,
I'm with
because it
you
was
on
wearing
this one,
Decidueye.
Terrell. I think Grookey would have been a good choice for Ash.
Grookey makes more
Yeah.
sense to me personally.
But how would he work with him as a Rillaboom though?
With me, how?
Because I don't see that Pokemon really moving a lot.
Well,
What
okay,
do
because
you
of the
want? What do you
drum
want?
set.
Strategy to fucking carry around his fucking drum kit?
No, I know what
Yeah.
he'll do.
They gonna rock
Rillaboom,
out.
what they'll do, because Ash's Pokemon sometimes do fashion shit like sunglasses. Rillaboom will probably have a strap and carry the drum piece on his back. Like he'll
That'd be
jump
kinda
around with.
Mm.
Yeah, he'll jump around with the little drum tied to his back.
I want to see him swing that.
And I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you why they're not
Jump
doing
up
it.
to get down.
Because they don't want to animate the fucking drums. That's why.
You know what would be great?
TSS is actually might be
Is-
right.
Is
No,
if
it-
Silent
They want to
Silent
animate your
comes
drums.
back
So-
and Pansage versus Grookey. That would be good. Two
Oh, that'd be
guys.
good.
No, Pantage would have evolved into that second form by
All
now.
right, so City Sage
Versus Thwacky, I guess.
yeah.
And then maybe
Versus
Thwacky
the-
evolves into
versus the
Rillaboom there.
versus the Rude.
Yeah, Battle of the Roots.
Sheen, that's the 7th grass monkey that's way.
Sergi brings a good point. In the ending, Grookey does appear with Riolu's egg and Lycanroc, even though it's because of the name.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're gonna do. with
Wait,
Grookey.
here's the question then. Who would get Sobble then?
No, that's what I'm saying. I would prefer if Ash was to get a starter.
Koharu.
Yeah, give Grookey to Koharu because it makes no sense whatsoever, but it would add something to
Well,
her.
no, here's actually why I think it would make.
Sobble makes
Koharu's-
sense for Sobble could work for Koharu.
As of the episode
Yeah.
that just passed this week, Pokemon tend to like Koharu, even though she doesn't really give a shit about them. And they've been hinting that saying Yamper liking Koharu, even though it's not technically her Yamper. So Pokemon like her. So Sobble's a crybaby. So the only one that can really bring her Sobble solace is Koharu.
No, Koharu's gonna give it that cold hard stare and just walk away.
Yeah, but that's the thing. No matter how much Koharu doesn't care for Pokemon right now, Pokemon love her.
Yeah, but okay, here's the thing though. How would Sobble get to Koharu if Koharu's in Kanto and Sobble's in Galar?
I don't fucking. She might go with
We don't
Ash.
know
And,
what, also, we don't
she
know what
might
the
go with
plot
Ash
is.
and go to a mission one day.
Also, we
she
don't
might
know
do
what
it on
the plot
accident.
is.
Yeah, we don't know what the
She
plot
accidentally
is.
goes on the wrong plane and ends up in Galar.
No, or maybe Sonya brings it with her. Maybe Sonya.
Because
Yeah,
Sonya-
Sonya has like a business meeting with Sakuragi.
Yeah. Which I don't really know what they're gonna do with Sonya because the problem is her whole arc in the games was her becoming a professor, but it was all based around Galar's lore. But
Yeah.
they're not always in Galar.
Nope.
So I don't know how they're gonna do her arc.
They're
Or
gonna
she's
probably create a completely new story for her then.
You know, Ash is like, Leon? Yeah, my buddy.
And that's as
Well,
far as that
and then-
development goes.
and then also we get hints on the episodes that we already know what's going to happen, which is going to be the whole reboot thing. And
Oh, thank
also
you for
the Beautifly
subscribing,
stuff.
by the way. Absolutely appreciate it.
Thank you, John.
Woo!
John
Wait,
the John the Obstagoon. We
Yeah,
have a
Gene
Gene Simmons. Thank you
Gene
very much for
Simmons.
the subscription. Yes, thank you. Gene.
TSS, wait, you go
Johnson's.
real fast. You said the reboot thing.
Jinx
Yes.
is an obstacle.
Yeah, because the reboot, and the Beautifly, the Agahanto stuff go hand in hand because that's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
an episode in 2 weeks. So we got a little preview of that, but you see that it's very dark. So it's probably like reboot is going to.
Are they
We
training?
know it's going to be a betrayal. Yeah.
No, it looks like they're training in the episode.
No, but in the summary we got it's
in the
that-
summary, it's like it ignores. So I'm guessing that's probably.
Oh,
the
this is gonna be the fallout.
Yeah, that's gonna be the fallout.
Yeah.
That's
And
probably
then
gonna be the
that's
fallout
where
scene in the recollection.
and then that's where Reboot's gonna evolve into Cinderace and we're gonna have
No,
Cinderace
hey,
with
no, it's fucking
That'd be so quick, dude.
No, it's fucking not.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, actually, we don't. No, wait, it's happening in a few weeks, so it's probably.
Yeah,
No,
but
it ain't
that'd
gonna do
be
it.
so quick.
No,
Would
it
have been
ain't.
a reboot.
Yeah, you're right. It
Well,
needs
what's
to be
gonna
in
happen- well, what's
episode
gonna happen
36 or
is
something.
Well, what's gonna happen is it's gonna start to act more cool, like less like freaking
dick.
less like Hot Topic, less like Hot Topic and more like Spencer's.
He's gonna look dapper as hell in every single episode. No, but like to me though, I'm excited for it just because it's another Go episode. But this time, it's not focusing on the Pokemon that he's just gonna try to catch. No, it's gonna be more focusing on trying to reconnect or bring back that heat that both these two characters should have had. And unfortunately, they lost it somewhere on the line. Because I'm not gonna lie, the finale of that reboot episode when it debuted was so ominous, and then we jumped into the next episode and that shit got brushed off to the side so quick.
Yeah, they led up to what was essentially going to be some type of plot, and they just diverted from it.
Yeah, so given that, we're going to go back with reboot again, this is going to bring back that discussion again, and I'm excited for what they could include in the mix, so hopefully fingers crossed that that development episode exceeds everybody's expectations, especially because it's happening soon.
Actually, just real quick to mention Go, because like I've said before, I know you guys are probably more positive on Go than I am. I don't find Go's whole development, because my issue with Go is that they always seem to tease development for him, but they never really go all the way into it. We get a couple episodes that kind of hint about his backstory and that kind of stuff. I really hope we get more Go-focused episodes that really... I'm hoping we get one for Cubone, because it doesn't make sense. Cubone's capture seemed to be a little bit different than like his other ones, where there was more heart to it. So I'm hoping Cubone's like one of his main team members.
Well, we have to. Go ahead.
What?
I just hope he has a main. I know that they have to do something at some point.
I would say honestly, we're gonna get progression to eventually he's gonna reconsider becoming, battling. Maybe he will decide to join the World Tournament too after some time, but we need to have this kind of thing because the Fallout Woods reboot has to happen, and then something else has to happen that will make him inspired because he's getting interested little by little. It's
the
Go is getting that. Yeah, it's getting a good setup.
My issue is just that I don't know. I don't find it's kind of like how they want to make it seem like
it's kind of bullshit though. Catching all the Pokemon was more than we could think.
No, because the last episode kind of went into the whole how Ash's way of understanding his Pokemon is through battling, and Go's way of understanding his Pokemon is catching them.
But he doesn't understand them because he's just catching them.
Yeah, but I'm like, you're just catching them. It doesn't work. It felt inherently.
It's like the unnecessary. It's like he said. He's like he said in the episode. It's like unnecessary battling. I don't care about, but it's still all about the capture.
Yeah, and I know he's changing little by little. I just want that to amount to something, and that's why I think he should have a legit main team, but also still catch Pokemon. And I feel like right now his main team, at least in my opinion, is just his reboot and Cubone. And that's if he even Scyther. Yeah, but the problem is
Scyther was a one and done. Actually, no, it appeared three times in the series.
No, it ain't. And a Dugong. And
Suba as well.
They're all situational. That's my problem.
And that Poliwag.
No, that Poliwag's going to be the water type replacement for Dugong.
The problem is every time those showed up, more so Dugong than Scyther, it was all for situational stuff. Scyther has a more defined personality. That's probably the reason why I can
make the goal work his fucking
which he hasn't fucking used at all.
He's a giant goal because how do you?
But I think
because he doesn't battle, that's what irks me. It's like you don't battle, so they're just there.
The reason why they're doing it is because they want to get the initial freaking Pokemon World Championships arc out of the way. Let them do that, and then let Go have his thing.
Now,
during this arc.
Yeah, but Go just.
I want to tackle something that you brought up, Terrell, regarding Go's development. You know what my issue is with Go's development, as weird as this might sound? His development ties with Ash. Go never develops on his own. Ash always has to be there, which is still good. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's still good. It's just that there needs to be an episode where Ash isn't the one to move him forward. He needs to understand.
Which is going to be in 2 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. I have high hopes for that one.
Ironically enough, you know what that reminds me of? The issue that some people were having with the movies, where it feels like it's a similar issue with I would say movie. What was it? Everyone's Story, I think is
20.
Movie 21.
20. Where
21.
Where Ash is like the thing that drives everyone else, but the movie really isn't about him. It's just him pushing them. That's literally Go is just another person he's touching in that sense.
Because Ash in general was even down to his design. Ash was meant to steal the show. He just, unfortunately, when he shows up, all eyes are on Ash. It's because of a lot of things. Even if you don't, like, subconsciously, you may notice Ash, even if it's not his episode, because, like, the way he's drawn can actually make a lot of difference. What are Ash's main colors? Blue, red, and the Pikachu is yellow. What are those? Those are primary colors. Primary colors catch the eye the minute they show up on screen. Yes. So no matter what, Go will always be Ash's second. And there's no way, unless, like KG said, they make an episode with exclusively Go and Reboot, that Ash isn't gonna steal the show, unfortunately.
Well, I think the other problem is that, like, I think Ash can carry episodes by himself, whereas I don't think Go can.
Right,
wait, a new ending was just announced? Hold on.
What?
How are you just now announcing new endings when we literally...
Here we go. Let's take a look at this real quick.
All I was saying is that, like, Go. The problem is Go, I don't think, can handle episodes.
Ring Pokemon. Okay.
Sung by Marina Eccles.
Yeah, Eichholz. So yeah. So nice. Excellent. That's going to be an ending.
No!
Didn't we just get the Pokemon Shitori thing?
Yeah, yes. Which is looking to be replaced soon.
Maybe that's a part of the full version of that. I'm not sure.
No, it's going to be new. No, right. Ring Pokemon.
I'll give it a chance. I'm just very
cool. We just got the new Shitori.
No, I think the Shitori is maybe that's a part of the, like, that's another version of that song.
Like a remix.
Yeah, it's another. Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, this is gonna be the shortest ending ever.
Really now?
It's gonna be the short. It's gonna be the shortest. It's gonna be the shortest reign of an ending ever.
Yeah, so we got a new ending, but not a new opening.
Like 426. That's literally 3 weeks. That means that this new version will only be around for 3 weeks. 3 episodes. That's it. That will make it the shortest lived ending ever in Pocket Monsters meta series.
I would think it was X and Y that might have had one of the shorter ones.
No,
like the Meowth one.
That's what someone's saying in the chat.
Yeah, I thought the Meowth song was one that like disappeared like for like 3 episodes.
That was only 1 episode.
It appeared like twice. I remembered. Point of the matter is, we're getting a new ending though.
Yeah, but we're talking about consecutive.
Yeah, in terms of consecutive.
And besides, X, Y, and Z was technically it was promoting the entire CD, which is like 8 songs. So this is like I said, this is the shortest reign of a Pokemon ending consecutively ever.
Yeah, so let me see the Annie-Poke
Twitter
account.
You won't see it, Terrell. You won't have to get used to that Pokemon G-Tour.
Well, we're not gonna see that. We're not gonna see that egg for too long.
Life is good.
That end regardless. Starting next
I guess
week.
so. Yeah.
But yeah,
this is weird though.
That was like my main concern with Go. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't feel like Go.
But I don't understand.
Can carry an episode on his own.
No.
Because like Ash is a good combination of cool and funny, whereas I feel like Go.
Ash also has like 20 plus years to back up on.
Well, no, I mean that's true in the way, but I also think he's written better.
Actually, if you look at the date of that tweet, right, it says April 2nd. I think it was just a preemptive.
Hey.
I think it was just a preemptive thing because they forgot. Oh shit, we have Pokemon Shiratori muted Zamazenta version.
Yeah, because they just tweeted about this one like 18 minutes ago. This other version, the tweet about the Mewtwo Zamazenta. And so clearly, this was someone
fucked up
tweet.
again. So somebody fucked up again, just like with freaking Nico Doga.
Oh my god, PM 2019 is going to be the series that spoils itself by mistake. Is basically what's happening here. That's sad.
And you know what that means? That means, like I said, if you liked Marina Eccles's voice now, you're gonna like it April 26th.
Because it's gonna be a full-on minute and a half of her. I don't know if she's gonna say great or excellent the entire time, but we'll see what happens in just a couple of weeks.
Excellent.
Now, if people are saying about a new opening, I recall back then when they announced 1, 2, 3, didn't they say there were supposed to be like variations that were supposed to exist for that one?
4, 5, 6.
Oh,
I don't think so. I think the best we're gonna get with 1, 2, 3 is probably the second verse.
Yeah, which I wouldn't mind. The second verse is just as great as the
Second
first.
verse is good.
Yeah, so
I'm actually not ready to part with 1, 2, 3.
exactly. I don't need to. I don't want to.
Guys,
all right,
1, 2, 3
guys.
can be the one
Yeah,
to
All
stay.
right, guys, and then they're gonna do the best wishes thing, and then you're gonna be like, "Please change it."
No, no, no.
Please,
See,
no.
see, the
No,
best
because 1, 2,
wishes
3
is
was actually because 1, 2, 3 is actually a good song.
also
No,
best
Best
wishes.
Wishes- wait,
Best
the Best
wishes
Wishes-
issue was the animation, Tyrone. Let's be real here. They never changed that.
Best wishes
no,
opening.
that wasn't it. No,
Best
that
wishes
wasn't it.
song was good. It's just come on. After a while, I want to hear a different song.
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
Yeah, that's
No,
literally all
your
it is.
only problem was that you only saw the
KG.
same visuals for the
KG.
same song over
It's a
and
combination
over.
of both.
KG, I'm gonna give
KG.
KG. I'll give you another example. We Go for One Piece. Remember that shit? You remember that when they fucking had We Go play for like 70 fucking episodes?
No.
I remembered it being 100 because wasn't like
Yeah.
because no, it was longer than that because if I recall correctly, was it Funimation or Crunchyroll where it's like they didn't get the licensings for what was it the touch
Hands
one?
Up.
Hands Up, yeah.
Yeah. But it's the same thing. I like We Go as a song. You know what the problem was? I heard it for over 100 fucking episodes.
You know what the other problem was? They never updated it.
Yeah. No, they updated it like twice.
No, they updated like the first time and then the second version, but they never updated it. Like well, at least with this one, if we're going to also remember, One Piece We Go song was 2 minutes and a half, buddy. We're talking about a minute and a half, so it's not going to be as
But
annoying.
the point is, I'm still listening to it for an extended amount of time.
It'll be fine. It'll be Megavolt all over again. Hey, listen, I want to hear from you, Tyrone. You like Megavolt. So.
I do like Megavolt, but at least that had different audio and visuals all together.
We don't know. Maybe 1, 2, 3 could get a variation.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's why One
But if it
Piece in
doesn't,
Japanese.
Never
You are
liked- never
correct,
liked
there,
both
buddy.
the Megavolt, so
Blaming
meant
all of
nothing.
Somebody actually
Don't
tweeted,
get me
not
started.
tweeted at me. What was it? The DM'd me. Arky actually said, KG, both Drizzle and Thwacky are getting merch in June. Chances are Ash gets both. Hell no. I don't.
need
know.
him
Fucking
getting,
no.
I don't need him getting both.
I don't need
They
him
haven't-
getting both.
They haven't done that since Diamond and Pearl, haven't they?
Sun and Moon, buddy.
Oh shit, I forgot.
Yeah.
Wow, you
I
guys
guess
just erased
guess
Sun and Moon
because-
completely out of your
No,
memory.
I guess because like
Most of us didn't watch it all the way
in
through.
Diamond and Pearl, he evolved Turtwig all the way up to Torterra, and then he evolved in Chimchar into Incarnate. In Sun and Moon, he evolved
just
Litten
just
into
a cat.
Torracat, and Torracat evolved into Incineroar, like at the very end of the damn series. And Rowlet didn't evolve at all, so I just in my head I just
He
blurted
evolved
out.
in his heart.
Oh god.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, listen, man, that was the whole core of the series of Sun and Moon.
I don't think Ash.
Throw some water at him. He's on.
I don't think Ash needs both starters. I think he just needs Grookey.
I would prefer Grookey.
Grookey, I would prefer Sobble, honestly.
Why?
Because we want Inteleon. We want that.
Yeah, I want to see Ash have a Pokemon that has a sniper for a weapon.
Yeah, but listen, I feel like
We need the Gigantamax one. We need to have him fucking
I
do like
feel like
Call of Duty
Inteleon
shit.
is-
Y'all need to listen. Rillaboom needs a little bit better representation in the anime.
Also, I feel
Rillaboom
like
is the
Inteleon's
Quilladin
a
of
little-
that goddamn series with like
That
X and
doesn't
Y.
really fit Ash.
No, I'm
Having
sorry.
another-
It's the chestnut. It's the chestnut of X and Y.
Having another assassin-based
no.
water
You
amphibian.
mean- Wait, the chestnut of what? Chestnut of Sword and Shield.
No, of X and Y. I'm talking about like chestnut from the X and Y series. You remember that Pokemon?
Yeah.
You mean that garbage piece?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Rillaboom is that.
No.
I don't
please.
need Ash to have that kind of Pokemon. I don't want to see that. And especially given how Torterra was treated, I don't need to see that kind of situation with Ash.
He needs a better grass redemption arc.
Rowlet did that job. And yes, there were controversies
Rowlet-
with it, but Rowlet at least sealed the deal. I would prefer Ash gets Sobble, evolve it to Inteleon. And this is
Okay,
coming
listen.
from the person that doesn't
Inteleon-
even like the starters. I would prefer Ash gets Sobble
Do we
only because
need
I want to
another-
see Sniper.
Do we need another stealth-killing water amphibian Pokemon for Ash right now?
No.
Yes,
yes.
because he's fucking.
Hell
Yes, because
no.
he's fucking James Bond.
He-
Okay, look.
James
Because
Bond.
he
baby.
had a ninja.
Wait, Tyrone. We'll just keep it simple. Take a vote. Who's on Team Sobble? Who's on Team Grookey for Ash?
This also applies in the chat as
I'm-
well. I want to see everybody in the chat right now because we got 60 viewers. I want to see everybody in the chat tell me,
Ew,
would you
chat.
prefer
No, just kidding.
Sobble or would you prefer Grookey? So
I'm
somebody said
on
F
team-
Grookey, Team Sobble. Thank you.
I'm on Team Go evolves his water amphibian.
Oh God.
And that'll be. And then Ash.
Oh, you're talking
And
about
then there's
Polly.
Team Polly.
Poliwag.
So
Look at all F the monkeys that we're getting in the chat. Look at all the F the monkeys.
Stupid monkey.
Exactly, stupid monkey.
there we go.
Look at all that Sobbles. There's my
No.
Sobble boys.
No.
Thank you guys.
There's a couple of
Here's
groupies.
funny, because I always go for the water type. I love when Ash has water types, but his personality I think just works better.
Yes.
Sobble has
Yes.
more developmental potential.
Yeah.
Sobble
There's some
reminds me
Grookey
of Goomy
representation.
as well.
Look at that Grookey representation.
Yeah, I see them. It's right there. Look at that. F the monkey
As
right there.
much- it's weird. It's so weird how things have changed. Because obviously in Sword and Shield, I was team. I want Sobble as my personal starter. But for Ash, I think Grookey works better for him. And I feel like the show can actually do Rillaboom some justice now
Yes.
because a lot of Pokemon that I don't like in the games got improved by the anime.
That is true.
Like a sizable number.
Like for
And I
me,
feel
Delphox, I hated in the 3D games, but
Right.
goddamn
And
was it
Ash
improved in this series.
Ash always has a weird habit of the way you wouldn't expect. And I feel like Rillaboom in normal standards, a drum would hold down. Rillaboom would just carry the drum on his back. He would have it on his back, and he would use the sticks as like actual, like kind of like how Thwacky uses his sticks.
But here's a question for you, Tyrone. What would make a better development story?
Exactly.
Satoshi and Sobble or Satoshi and Grookey? What would make a better story?
I think Grookey would just be just as good because Sobbles would be about building confidence, and
Grookey would just be a silly monkey.
No.
That's his whole gimmick,
No,
though.
no.
I mean, we already had
we
already had Apom with that shit.
No. Let me make my point.
Yeah.
Grookey's whole development cycle in the games, based off of his design, is that he gets wilder when he gets into his Thwacky stage, and then he chills out when he gets into Rillaboom. It would be the same setup where he's cool as a Grookey, he gets a little bit too wild and crazy as a Thwacky, and Ash has to chill him out, calm him down. And as this transition to a Rillaboom, he's confident in himself, but he's not such a wild child about everything.
Well, my concern on that is how do you get that story in PM 2019? Because you also have to remember one of the key things with PM 2019 as well is how they're approaching the stories this time around. Remember the whole message of 1 to 2 episode kind of thing that they're doing? Where it's like, we're going to make like singular episodes where fans could just suddenly randomly jump into the storyline or something like that. You know, I don't know how that applies with
how has it been applying for Score Bunny? Because Score Bunny's whole thing has been has been more than 1 and 2 episodes.
No, but they've held it in that time. I don't really know what's going on with this series. Honestly, they made a lot of promises or a lot of ideas, and they just like went off the window after like episode 10 at this point.
Oh yeah, I noticed. All I'm saying is, I would think Sobble's not. Listen, he could do. I'm not saying the Ash isn't a good enough trainer to do both. I'm saying I think Grookey would work better for him and his personality.
It's just with my past experience with Ash owning a grass type, especially with Torterra. You know, well, actually, no. I think Torterra was the only bad stand of the grass types.
Getting Sceptile?
Yeah, the fuck.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, that's what I was trying to say. Like, now thinking about it.
Also, you love his Rowlet.
Yeah, and Rowlet's pretty good. Rowlet did a good job. I'm just saying for, like, Torterra, I get this strange... This is why I called, this Pokemon Rillaboom a lot of things from, like, X and Y in terms of design, and also similar to Torterra from DP. It's a very heavy Pokemon. I understand Ash can usually work around these kind of things, but it seems that, like, with this kind of Pokemon, with Rillaboom, I don't know how that could apply well into Ash's squad.
I get it, because the video game really doesn't do any justice to make Rillaboom look like he's agile.
Exactly.
But the anime,
or can move.
The anime always has come through when it comes to, like, certain Pokemon. Like, I didn't know how agile Goodra was going to be until they showed him off in the fight against Clement.
He wasn't really agile. It was more so he was in that one position and used that one position to do
but the way he fights actually was pretty fluid though. Like he looks better in the end. I have the anime to thank for Goodra because I did not give a shit about period.
Yeah, I'm actually the opposite. I like Goodra until the anime.
Here's another thing too, and let me make my point here. So far, Ash has only owned one water-type starter Pokemon. So I think if anything, he needs more representation.
Bark.
So I think Sobble.
He's
Kinda
on
makes more
3
sense
water
then.
type Pokemon.
I was like,
Oh,
He
Greninja
didn't get a
was-
water last
Yeah.
generation though. You are
Greninja
right.
wasn't-
He had Greninja. He
yeah,
had
Greninja wasn't
Totodile,
that long ago.
He had
Krabby,
Totodile and he
and
had
Kingler.
Squirtle.
Yeah, but if you're gonna say that, then
Oh, it's
Rowlet
not-
wasn't that long ago either.
Yeah, but that's the reason
Exactly.
why I
See, if you're gonna bring that,
no. But my point is, I would have preferred him having a fire type, but they gave it to Go. That would have been my preferred.
oh no, I'm gonna be real with you. I would have preferred he get Score Bunny too. Out of all of them, I would have preferred Score Bunny.
That would have made so much more sense.
Also, KG, come on now. He had Rowlet, but that was his comic relief. We know his main starter, the starter he was using primarily as his fighter, was Torracat. That was his main deal. It fought
That's
against
true.
Incineroar.
That's true.
It played the more major role.
Holy
Yeah.
shit,
That's
John
it.
giving out them
Torracat-
subs.
Oh, giving out subs. All right, thank you so much for that,
Nice.
John, and congratulations to
Only
Robson.
one though.
Torracat was Ash's fighter. Rowlet literally stops participating in the league once we're done with the whole like thing, except for the Kukui fight, where Rowlet's job is pretty much done.
By
He
the
beats
way.
Decidueye and goes to sleep.
By the way, I'm going to interrupt here for a second. John, who is now going to be the resident Gene Simmons, has just gifted a tier 1 sub to Robzo.
Wait, but we just
We
Yeah,
literally
they
just
said that.
Yeah.
we just said that.
Yeah, but
Yes.
well, let's put more focus on it. Thank you so much for that, though.
Yeah,
so
Gene
much.
Simmons.
we did
Because-
literally just.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I was just because here's the thing. We are getting overtime. 12:30. It's right now.
I know.
Oh,
Guess
we're
what?
tough.
Keep it going.
We're good though.
Oh, also,
No, we ain't good.
I think this is the most unhinged I've seen of TSS, and I'm pretty happy about it.
Also, we've been number 1 for a bit in the talks and podcast section.
I'm
I
glad.
wanted to
I'm
point
very
that
happy.
out.
Thank
Yeah,
you
we've
guys
been
to the viewers for sticking with us, I should say,
Yeah.
throughout the whole time. Now join the after party.
We're beating dinner with the boys. I don't know who they are, but
We're beating dinner with the boys.
Dinner
if
with
you-
the
if-
boys.
see, Terrell, look at the talks and podcast section and look who's in second place.
I know we are.
Yeah, that's it. We're beating them.
All right. Well, at least we're doing a good enough job then, guys. So let's continue to do it. But yeah. So I mean, overall, I just want to see Sobble. I think Sobble to me captures a lot of things that I like, despite hating the starters. From the element that it could work in the anime, Sobble reminds me a lot of Gumi in terms of its, fearfulness, and I think that could apply really well with Ash. I will admit though, with the Gumi arc, it was a little rushed. I would say it was hella rushed, if anything. So if we can,
lightly,
if we can extend that to Sobble's storyline, I think that would be pretty awesome to see that. Also, it would also give redemption to the water starters. I'm just saying, I want to see the water starters finally get some redemption, because Sun and Moon unfortunately didn't do justice for poor Primarina. X, Y, and Z clearly tried.
I think Primarina did a damn good job. Lana was kicking ass with that.
Yeah, I'm just saying it just never fleshed
also-
out as much as one would hope. Because Primarina was rushed in terms of the evolution, because with like Brion to Primarina.
Yeah, Brion to Primarina was fast.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, continue, Terrell. What were you gonna say?
I'm just saying, for me personally, I would prefer him getting
Grookey.
Yeah, see, that realistically, like I said, my preferred overall choice would have been Cinderace evolution, but that's
I'm not picking Sobble only because I know its final evolution is way too similar to Great. And it just,
You don't want to be let down again?
Not even just that. It's too. He already had an assassin stealth-based water type Pokemon.
Yeah, but the thing is though, it's like it's a ninja versus fucking James Bond.
A spy. Yeah.
But a spy and a ninja, how far away are they? Like
It's very far away. Very
One
far.
hides in stealth to
not
kill
that
opponents. The other hides in stealth to kill opponents. Like what the fuck?
They're not that different.
It's Britain versus fucking Japan.
Also, let's be real, Tyrone. Ash's Greninja in particular now has the title of Weed Whacker, so the whole spy gimmick is out of the window now.
Oh,
so
goodness.
we're good with
Weed whack.
Yeah, it's a Weed Whacker.
Yeah, it slices up the vines that Zygarde cells made.
Yeah, because that's why Greninja left in X, Y, and Z. It's just to whack them weeds, basically, as I call it.
Just
Yeah.
whack them weeds.
Whack, whack.
I'm not kidding. Like, literally, you could watch that episode when he leaves. That's literally the core of it. That's what I'm saying.
Wacky.
Ash and a water starter deserve love. It's been years. Since Best Wishes. Since we've seen Ash have a water starter that I don't even know if
That
Ashima
we
would be
enjoy?
considered
It's a
competent.
job.
It did
It's a
something. Greninja was still badass. I'm not going to deny everything from Froakie and Frogadier and even to the early parts of Greninja. That was still badass. It just unfortunately disappointed 1,000 to hundreds of thousands of people. And then in Sun and Moon, we go into this generation, and Sun and Moon never unfortunately gave Ash.
Terrell, you want to know what the funny part is? Froakie, like the way Froakie approached
no.
Ash is similar to how I feel Grookey would approach Ash.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
has a promising start
Like,
and then fails at the end.
No, not that. I mean, like the whole reason, not the whole reason that Froakie was attracted to Ash was because he rejected other trainers because they were too weak.
Yeah. I
And
remember that.
he came to Ash because Ash was strong.
Yeah.
I love how
So it would be the same plot.
Sergi says Ash's last good water starter was Totodile.
Ooh.
Damn!
That's-
I thought I
Yes.
was mean.
I love how hypocritical the community's gotten where Greninja did all these great things, but that one fight is like the end be all.
Tyrone, let me put it this way.
It
Let me
kind
put
of
it
proves
this.
how wishy-washy the community is.
Let me put it this way,
Oh,
Tyrone. Let me put it this way. If let's say a spy does something amazing, right? All these various things, but then that one mission that could be life or death inside the actual, the hub that he's in
But
with
you
hundreds of
don't
millions of
ignore the
people,
other
and he
shit they
failed.
did.
Yeah, you don't ignore it, but he still did collateral damage that killed hundreds of thousands of lives.
Yeah,
as
but it
spy.
also shows how fickle. It shows how fickle the community is. It's like
we had goddamn banners and shit
anything,
made for Greninja, and he let us down, boy.
If anything, this is the Pikachu losing against Snivy situation.
No, this is on a whole nother scale, man. Listen, Pikachu versus Snivy is only bad because of what it led.
Yeah, Pikachu versus Starja is no freaking merit versus that because it's like at least Pikachu versus Starja didn't kill people.
Yeah, that should only cause controversy. This did damage. This Greninja.
I don't even think it
That's
did
a
that
lot
much
of damage.
I don't even think it did that much damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Ash came in second place. That's the highest rank he got before Sun and Moon shot.
I know.
And again, the Mega Charizard fought Zygarde. Are we forgetting that shit?
Oh, I'm not forgetting it. I'm
Yeah,
never gonna
Greninja
forget
put up
it.
a good fight. If anything, I think the reason the theme of Ash taking the loss really well proves how much he grew as a trainer.
No, I
'Cause
don't mind
normally
it. I
I'm
just
like,
don't
yeah.
mind how it.
Then he melted his own face. So
I
it
just
says
don't
he
mind
melted.
how it turned out, buddy. That's all. I really just don't like how it is, and especially they
cheese.
disrespected him at the end, man. I mean, seriously, it
Oh,
was
yeah, it's
nothing
very
but
clear.
disrespectfulness. I want to see that kind of
It's
redemption.
very clear the writers took a weird step. I feel like something was interfered with the writing during that league.
Yeah,
So
X and
I
Y
can-
fans got cucked, man. It's just
Yeah,
how it
that's
is.
literally what happened. I feel like the league was written differently. Like the league had a desired ending, and then the writers were like, "Sun and Moon's happening." They're like, "Well, he's got to lose now. He's got to lose." And then Sun and Moon came, and then the next series wasn't based off any game, so they were like, "Oh yeah, let it."
Yeah.
Hope everyone's enjoying the stream.
Yeah, this is the after party. This is where we just start talking things that don't necessarily flow in any regular
Look,
discussion,
I
right?
love this show. I'll talk about it for hours.
This shit is so chaotic. It's
Even though I have nothing to add.
You know
because-
what? I know this
X and
sounds
Y-
dumb.
This is better than cable.
Go ahead,
Good.
Polly.
Nah, X and Y. It's like it's weird for me. It's like I feel like I have no opinions on X and Y. So every time but it's such a pivotal, like it's such a polarizing season for everybody that I feel like I'm in this limbo of like I never really know what to feel
Because-
about it.
Hey,
until I
Polly,
watch
here's
it.
the summary of what happened. I love X and Y. A lot of people liked X and Y with me. Then Ash lost battle, and now everyone
Especially
hates
Task
No,
X and Y.
okay.
Except
No.
Let me fix it for
No,
you,
I don't-
Tyrone.
I
Let
don't
me
hate
fix
X
that
and
for
Y.
you.
Let's both fix this, KG.
All right.
Let's start.
All
Oh,
right.
let
So
Polly
for
talk. She
starters,
was gonna say something.
yeah, but just to clear up on you though, Tyrone, I like X and Y. I don't like X, Y, and Z. All right, now, Polly, you can go.
Oh, I actually like X, Y, and Z.
Ah, really? Now, wait. I thought you said you didn't watch
Thank
the
you,
series.
Polly.
I
that's
watched
the arc she
all of
did
X,
watch.
Y, Z. Yeah. I didn't like X and Y because of Ash.
Me neither.
What? That's the reason I love X and Y.
The number one reason
So
why.
The biggest problem is it felt boring.
Yeah, I love Sergi's response though. I like all the continuity.
You wanna watch us fight against
What
Diana?
continuity?
Say that again.
Exactly.
You want to fight? You want to see Karina's fight? Do you want to see any gym fight that again.
Yeah, that's why I switched to Yokai Watch because it was boring.
See, I love. Listen to me, Tyrone. I love the
All right,
characters in
boring.
the series. I love the characters. I just don't love the story they're in. In fact, this kind of sounds like Sword and Shield now. Thinking about it, I love the characters that are in the show. I just don't love
wanna
how
watch
the
Team
storyline.
Flare fight and say that again.
Okay,
Oh, I
just
love
want-
the
I do.
team.
I want to put something in the context. Ironically enough, the reason why my issue with X and Y and the reason why I fell off of it after getting to like the fifth or sixth gym. No, Valerie, so fifth gym. Was because of fucking because I couldn't stand Clement or fucking Serena.
Oh.
That was like the worst parts for me. So it's funny that they probably didn't like Ash.
I mean, Serena.
I didn't like the side characters.
And I didn't like the story.
I didn't like the story either.
Hey, look at that! You put them together. What Pam? It's
cool. It's cool.
It's
I'm
okay.
the one that likes the fact that Serena went from being like this dainty girl who cared about fashion to going out and actually
it took
being on an
way too
adventure.
fucking long for this to happen.
I would probably always
Who
say this.
Alright,
the hell says that you as a person have to have your dreams set in stone and ready to go by age fucking
That
10?
was- that
You want to
wasn't-
know how long it took me to know when I wanted to get my
No
shit
one
together?
hated her
20
finale.
fucking 3, okay?
That's
No
I
one
hate it.
hated her finale. She was fine. It's about Ash, who's had like 20 years under his belt.
Yeah.
That's the issue we have.
What we need to do, and I might want to start this as a pod, but you can too, Kevin, if you want.
Well, what
I
is
think
it?
we need to sit down and
We have
do-
already talked about the new information, by the way, so we don't have anything else to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
okay.
already
Yeah,
up to
you're
that.
late
No, I
as
was gonna
always.
say only because I feel bad that it's like getting late and whatever, and be gone, which is fine. But like, I think we need to do each generation, like one stream per.
Generation.
I think Terrell did that.
So I feel like we always wind up talking about it, but I feel like there's like so much we can.
Yeah, like
put into it
see, the
without feeling
generation
bad about
talk
time.
doesn't feel like it's gonna be done in one stream. Like there has to be like
Tyrone.
3 parts to it.
Tyrone, I want to put it into context. What I did is I reviewed the region individually, but the regions I never did were X and Y and Sun and Moon because I never got finished with either one of those. So my shit only goes up to Gen 5. Realistically, what I need to do, I'm procrastinating. I need to just rewatch X and Y and formulate a true opinion off of it. 'Cause
Yeah.
right now,
The
Let's
Corona's
get
coming
together
for
for
everyone. I hear it outside.
the what's coming?
The
The
corona.
Corona's coming for everyone because I hear
We
the
can't
ambulance
say
outside.
that.
What is
Yeah,
it?
you-
No. See, if you add the V word at the very end of that, then it's bad.
Realistically, you know what I would want to do, Tyrone? I
Corona
don't know-
beer.
I don't know if you were hearing me here about
Corona.
rewatching X and Y as a series. Because I feel like I don't want to do it by myself.
I'll do it.
Oh,
Chuck.
I'll
I haven't
definitely
seen it.
rewatch it. I love it.
No, hold on. There's an issue with that though.
What?
I feel like you can't have a person there who views it positively also be the one to do it. There has to be somebody who views it negatively to
Me,
also
me.
balance shit out.
I mean, isn't that
Yeah,
Terrell?
but see, Polly
No.
doesn't like Ash in X and Y.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
so
But
I'll
if
watch
you
it.
need to watch it with Tyrone and Polly together, is what I'm saying. You can't just
Well,
have it with
that's what I
Tyrone.
was gonna.
I mean, I
didn't know
respect if Holly doesn't like Ash. I'm confused as to why he's fucking cool as hell in that series, but
I'm confused by that too as well. Actually,
I don't know if he's. I don't know if I would say
He's cool, but he doesn't feel like Ash to me. Like
No,
how
he
does he?
doesn't.
How does he not feel like Ash?
Save that for when you do it. Then I think that'll be for another time.
I
but
don't know. Just,
Yeah, don't waste the content.
I don't know if I say.
Waste the content.
I don't know if I say he doesn't. It's weird. I was indifferent to Ash during. that
I
whole
will.
thing.
I will admit they made him a little bit more shonen-esque in that series.
A
which
little
is
bit?
A
fine.
little bit.
A little bit.
What the fuck you mean a
That's
little?
why I
bit?
didn't
I
like
don't know
it.
about a little bit, buddy.
How would you? He's not that much different. He likes battling. He's just good at it now.
No,
He's
he's
not as
too pompous
entertained.
and too overzealous.
No, that was his character arc.
But that's the whole thing.
He started off good. Froakie liked him because he was strong. He was whooping trainers left and right. He got cocky when he learned how to master Ash Greninja. He got his butt kicked against Shota, got his butt kicked against Wolfric, went into depression. Serena snapped him back into it. Then he talked with Greninja, learned why
But
he
it's-
liked Pokemon
Well,
in the
that's the thing,
first place.
There's just too
And
much
then he fought
angst.
Wolfric. He fought Wolfric being more humble than he was the last time. And he was able to take losses better because he lost to Kalos League. He was able to get back up. That's
Yeah,
his
so-
whole arc. It's learning to be humble.
But that was
But
his
it's not,
arc
but it's not just
within
that. It's
the
also
X
everything
and Y
compounding aside from that.
Also, I hope everybody's enjoying this talk.
But he also was still able to. He was also still able to encourage everyone to get better. He didn't want to fight a Clembot. He told Clement that he wanted to fight him because he wanted him to get better at the gym league. Fight him. He told Serena that you're not in a hurry. future goal because everybody doesn't know what they want immediately. So he sits down with Serena during the summer camp arc, which people fucking forget. And then he talks down to Serena.
Because it's forgettable.
Because they have a one-on-one. They have a one-on-one, something
It is
that Ash,
forgettable.
a one-on-one, something that Ash never does with any female traveling companion except her.
Here's
Here's
something to shut him down, to shut you down.
And then when he talks to Serena, TSS, let me finish.
Because you interrupt me too.
So when he talks with Serena, Serena's upset because she hasn't chosen her goal yet. Ash says that every step that he makes is towards him being a Pokemon master, even the little things that look like they don't matter. Serena learns this and applies it so she can become better as a person, so she's not just following Ash. Then, once he gets done fighting Clement, Clement learns that he needs to be a much better gym leader and assert himself. He teaches each of these people something during the journey, but he also learns a lesson that he has to be humble and learn how to take loss as well.
You know what?
But nobody gets that because nobody only freaking watches the show and just goes and nitpicks and cherry picks.
But Tyrone,
how about this? Okay, shut you down right now. The mini arcs, the episodes in between the mini arcs, so disconnected, and I feel like that kind of makes it hard to watch. Because for all the episodes that you have that are really good for the mini arcs, the rest in the middle of that is shit. Okay, as opposed to the other ones, the other series in between, you have. Okay, aside from the DP 103 up to fucking 122, you have that bad stretch of episodes. But at least the gaps between them are not as stretched out. My problem with X and Y is they're focusing more on the mini arcs, but them together as a cohesive unit cannot be together because the fucking gaps in between don't make any fucking sense.
Pokemon X and Y only had 140 episodes. They didn't fillery episodes. They went from Viola to Grant, which was one whole thing, and then after that they did the Karina arc, which was her developing into a gym leader. And then after they did that, Ash entered the summer camp arc, then challenged Karina back when they came back, and then after that, it was the fourth gym leader, which I'll debate. Weird, but
yeah, exactly. See, you had to contradict yourself there. See,
it wasn't long though. It wasn't long. Literally,
No. Let Polly say what she had.
Wait, to slightly support you in this, like,
who's
even
you?
though you think everyone's
who's the you?
Who's
he's talking about me?
Yeah. So I'm not talking about. I'm not gonna deny the fact that Ash had development in X and Y, but I'm talking about development in X and Y alone, and that's what the problem is. And what hurt it when I say, and I know I'm annoying when I say that I always look for continuity, and because X and Y have literally had the least of it, that's what really hurt Ash, I think. That combined with Ash not
I didn't mind it as much because
disconnected, really.
I didn't mind it as much because none of the past things were relevant in the Kalos League.
You know what my problem was? Is that the example that Tyrone uses with the Wolford situation and him learning his lesson then. You're talking about the 8th gym badge, bro. The fuck?
It took him that long.
That makes sense because a lot of stuff led up to that, actually. Not so long before Wolford, he lost Shota because he kept expecting Greninja to turn into Ash Greninja. He was they already unlocked a power that could rival that of Diantha. But they played with it because Ash got cocky. He was like, oh, we almost beat Diantha, so we should be more than enough to handle Shota. So they try to bank on the Ash Greninja thing, but it doesn't work. But since Ash relies on that transformation too much, he ends up getting his butt kicked.
Taro, I'm not saying the development was bad. What I'm telling you is you have to wait until near the end of the gym leader section to get
that makes sense. Wolfrick's the 8th gym leader. He's the hardest.
When I'm comparing to other regions, I want to put this in the context.
It'd be stupid if he lost to somebody before that.
I want to just compare this to other regions. When you had shit like in Hoenn where he had his losses with Brawley, which was as early as the second gym.
AG20.
Hell, it was the same situation. Even when he lost. Did he lose the Viola at the beginning of X and Y?
Well, yes.
Yeah, he lost the Viola, but
he lost the fucking Norman AG4.
The setup for his development was usually at the beginning of the region, or at least the first 2 gyms. It took him until like what the 7th or 8th gym to even have that arc, and then it was relative. Now I'm not gonna say it was super quick, but it was
for a reason. He racked up so many wins.
But he's the main character.
He racked up so many wins. There was no point in thinking, Ash is gonna lose. He finally lost. Oh shit.
No, but listen, Tyrone, here's my problem. That means he really didn't have any development.
He had zero development.
He didn't have any development until the latter end of the series. Serena didn't have any really major development because she wasn't doing anything for a good chunk of episodes.
For fucking 1 year.
Lamont shit didn't come until his gym match, which, by the way...
That's not true either.
Okay, go ahead.
That's not true because earlier in the series, they do the Clembot episode where Clembot is introduced. He explains that during that he had lost the Clembot, kicked out of his own gym. That's early in X and Y. And then Clement challenges Clembot and wins, and Ash states that he wants to fight Clement when they fight in their gym match, and then they move on. So no, that's not true.
That's one episode.
And he gets better each time. And before his gym fight even starts, when they're approaching it, he every episode before that, he knows it's coming. He develops when he gets Luxio. He develops when it evolves in a Lux Fray.
It was off screen.
It was off screen.
He caught Luxio on screen. What are you talking about?
No, the development between because he left. Because he left. He fucking left.
But before he left, he had episodes before that where he noticed that they were getting close to Lumio City. Like, oh shit, I'm not as good as Ash. I gotta do something.
But on 140 some episode series, and you're talking about like 2 or 3 episodes worth of development, one of which is the fucking gym battle itself.
I also want to add something real quick, if you don't mind, guys.
Go ahead, Kev. Go ahead, Kev.
I just want you to understand something, Tyrone. Notice the atmosphere in this call here. And
it's everyone against me.
Exactly, yeah. Okay. Let that kind of sink into understanding.
It kind of throws the whole subjective. It kind of throws the subjective opinion out the window.
No. And now listen, I'm not disrespecting your opinion or anything. I'm just saying I want you to understand as well what we view that maybe you might not notice.
No, what I'm saying is that for X and Y, this is what usually happens, but it's not like just the sake of the call. I'm just saying my reasoning for not being interested in X and Y and dropping it, because remember, I dropped it after the Clement and Ash, so I saw all that. I saw the setup for all that. It was only like a few episodes, and it wasn't. In my biggest issue with Clement as a character is that shit didn't amount to anything after the fact.
After that, yeah, he pretty much freaking stopped development. It's like freaking
literally he went back to being the same character with the same gags and
so basically the development meant nothing.
Yeah,
it's
like a nice moment in time, and then we're done with it.
Done.
Well, I feel like I opened up a can of worms here because I was the person.
No, it's fine.
But
we said this was the after party. Don't worry about it.
This is going to be its own segment.
What I was referring to wasn't even really Ash's development, and I know development. I was referring more to just Ash's character in general in X and Y. I just feel like there's just too much angst and not enough Ash. Like we got
it's like kind of a stagnant.
That's why.
I don't know.
It's like a stagnated growth.
The reason I like this Ash iteration more is because for a long time I like Ash as a character, but I always, even since the OG, I kind of wanted him to be like a better battler. So when I saw this Ash, and one of the episodes, weirdly enough, it's a damn fur-fruit filler episode. What happens is Inkay uses its ink and blinds Pikachu, right?
Yeah,
this throws back to the episode in the OG where Ash catches Caterpie and Team Rocket shows up and Coughing spits ink in Pikachu's eyes. Well, in that fight, Ash just sets Pikachu out for the fight. He's like, you can't fight, you can't see, whatever. In the Inkay situation, Ash is Pikachu's eyes. So Pikachu's able to fight, if anything, whoop their ass with Wobbuffet included. Even while it's blind. And to me, that felt good. It felt good to finally see that Ash went from not being able to do anything to being a guide for one of his Pokemon and helping it become stronger. At that moment, I looked and was like, yes, this is an Ash that's finally taking the step to I don't know. To me, it was the one step I wanted for Ash to be a trainer that I can look up to, or a trainer that's competent. And I'm the audience member, so I would like to see Ash battle as such. And in this series, I felt like he did his best. Literally, he did his best.
Oh yeah.
Granted, they do some writing things that are questionable. I'll even admit the ending of X and Y has problems, only because I feel like the writing direction went somewhere else. You can tell when something is written differently than when it was intended to. You can feel it. If you're watching any form of narrative or reading a book or reading manga or any narrative, you know when something's up. You know when there's something that's
Pass
changed.
the butter.
That's why like the ending to shows like Bleach or something feels so weird, because you know something was weird done to it.
It was rushed, you could tell.
I got it. And I know Pokemon X and Y has its problems. No series is perfect. But I am going to say that I liked it because it was the one time I felt like I can take Pokemon a bit more seriously in terms of anime. Yes, I know it's a show for kids. I got that. The thing is that I like shonen. Like, that's one of my favorite anime genres. I love other anime, like, you know, different types of genre that exist. But X and Y was sort of, you know how, KG, you liked Sun and Moon for its carefree, like, layback nature and its slice of life stuff? I like X and Y because it primarily focused on the battles. The battles to this day look the best. The battles to this day were very good. And alongside that, they had characters who had arcs. We had Karina have an arc. She wasn't just a gym leader that showed up for one episode and then battle Ash the next. She actually is working on making her Lucario obedient during the evolution.
Yeah,
we see that Karina, while she takes forever to do her goal, they actually do a lot of steps to make her get to her goal, even give her her own opening and ending. Yeah. I know those are aesthetics, but they do show that the series is focused on her. So even Get a Bon Bon is literally a tribute to Ash and Clement. It's the little shit that you have to pay attention to in the episode, the opening, the ending, and even the title card at the very beginning of the episode.
That's why I never really said, oh, I hate all of X and Y.
It's just the little shit. Like, the title card shows who the episode is about when it starts. It's just the aesthetics that I like.
Yeah. No, and I want to just say, I respect
I need to rewatch it because I didn't see the whole thing.
Tyrone, this is just me confirming. Like, I respect your opinion. Like, I do. I don't think
you know what? He's right, and you know what? He has the ability to be right. I did like this shootout. Thank you, Tyrone. This is what I wanted to see from you. But it's like for everyone, and I'll let Polly go in 25 seconds. But I just wanted to say that the reason why XY is so divided is just because it's not perfect, because there's always going to be those things. I nitpick a lot of things because when I watch a series, I want to see it for consistency between the arcs, because the arcs here, ever since Best Wishes, they started to compact the arcs into, special, like, just smaller arcs, which is fine. But when you have the gaps in between, that's when it kind of throws me off. That is my main problem. Not talking about like character development, but it's like the overall gist of everything. Polly, go.
I was gonna say, like, I totally respect. You're allowed to have whatever opinion you. And this is coming from somebody whose favorite series is the Johto series. So
I rag on you for that, but in a playful way, not serious.
Well, because like how KG likes the slice of life and he just liked the whole vibe of Sun and Moon. Tyrone likes the shonen stuff. I like the comedy of Johto. Like, just the dialogue to me is just like golden. That's just my type of humor, the sarcasm. And I enjoyed a lot of the fillers, so I don't know why, I just do. Then I also like Diamond and Pearl. I'd say those are my two favorite series, but like... So, but then there's so many problems, like, riddled in both, so... I feel like nobody really, like, there's not really one right or wrong answer. I feel like at the end of the day, it all comes down to personal taste. But it doesn't mean we can't debate about the problems in each.
Yeah. But like I said, I just love when Tyrone goes into a rage because it makes me happy.
It just, I don't know. The thing is,
Tyrone, I also want to just put this into also perspective as well. we're going into X, Y, and Z and XY. I know when we get into Sun and Moon eventually, it's all gonna go to me because I feel like I'm the only one that's. I understand your pain, Tyrone.
There is always an opportunity to
Casey,
shit
you
on
have the
each other.
advantage.
That's what it is.
You have the advantage of Ash winning the league on.
I have
No. Even the
advantage
league
with
itself,
Johto.
like TSS has his issues clearly, as you could tell by the melt that you face references he keeps bringing up 1,000
Well,
times.
hey, I was in Japan for that shit. That freaking is
You got
embedded
to
in my
experience
brain
something
for the
I
whole
wanted to see, buddy. Congratulations.
It was that shit is in my mind forever, man.
Congratulations, Paul. You got a friend that likes Gen 2.
Also,
Thank you.
and to be fair, I get everyone gets their own shit. Like I get the shit for best wishes.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Actually, yeah. Why are we doing this when Terrell likes best?
Because I think
We never brought it up.
Because best wishes was universally hated. There was no. It was
in episode 1
I
with
think
with.
KG
I don't have the great animation that XY has, and I don't have.
To be fair, I liked some episodes like some of the 1 hour specials that more than XY. I was actually more into the series in Best Wishes.
I
Yeah,
think
Burgundy,
KG said
Terrell. There's my vote.
I think KG said it best. I like Best Wishes. I don't like Best Wishes 2.
Exactly.
Well,
Best
that's
Wishes
fair.
season 1 is great. Season 2 is where they start going downhill.
Season
Oh, no, that's fair.
Two,
That's fair.
episode N, and Duh. All.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can throw that shit in the garbage.
I think episode N is not as bad as
Episode N is not bad.
It's more
It's
so
not bad, they just
betrayal
have the
because the
potential.
Charizard versus Reshiram we never
bad.
got.
It's not bad. It's just that it has Anne, which is a potentially great character, so they had the potential to do better, but they didn't meet it.
Yeah, but I don't think he's done terribly by any means.
Oh, no,
it's just you
he's not.
expecting more.
before
We
as
expected more.
Robzo puts, before the earthquake. If the earthquake didn't happen, it would have ended up differently.
Best Wishes would have been the X and Y of the generation, but unfortunately that's in another universe.
That's
Sad.
another ether, and only like Tom Whalen
We'll
knows
never
what the
know.
episodes
If
are.
Yeah.
anyone, Silent Burgundy could have gotten their connoisseur. We'll never know.
I love how somebody says your best
context.
wishes, best moment is when Ash is about to talk to Tracy and then there's the blackout.
Freaking Sergi.
Oh, Tracy.
And just to put in the context, like my whole thing was like, look, there are things that X and Y has over series that I love to death. Like here's my thing, like Silent and Iris don't have. Well, Silent doesn't really have an arc, and Iris does, but Iris is more of a slow burn.
It felt more like she had her arc at the end after everybody split up.
No, I wouldn't say that because every thing with her team built into her arc of gaining confidence as a
No,
trainer.
like the Pokemon built development before Iris did is what I'm trying to get at here.
No,
because
she
like the
had-
Pokemon did their own things if you think about it.
No,
It's like they had their own story.
No. When she first caught them, I would agree. But I'm saying because in the beginning, Iris was an ass trainer, like dead ass. She was a terrible, bad trainer, which was the irony of you calling Ash a little kid, but you're a worse trainer than he is. But
Gen 1 ripoff.
But throughout the episodes that focused on her, like actually learning new moves, her and Excadrill retrusting each other again, her and Emolga trusting each other, like she grew on a slow burn, and it culminated with the stuff when you got to the Dragon Village and everything. People like to think that her whole development was just in the Dragon Village. I'm like, no, it was set up for it. But Ash doesn't really go through an arc at all during Best Wishes, which is more than you could say than he does in X and Y towards the end, because that is a legitimate arc with him and Greninja. So it's not like I discredit X and Y entirely. I'm just saying for what I wanted in a series and as a complete package, X and Y has really cool battles. I just don't have the same enjoyment of the characters as I do in like in Best Wishes, for example. I prefer the characters in Best Wishes over like Serena, Clement.
Yeah. Like the rivals.
But that's me, though.
It's because of the rivals that did it to me. For
Yeah,
The
most
it's
reasons.
like- it's like
no,
it felt-
the rivals,
a lot of
the
parts it
rivals were
felt
like an
flat,
icing on
really.
the rivals were icing on the cake. And the fact that you got a bunch of interactions and it was also mixed in with a bunch of different battles and shit. So if I was the kind of guy who liked fights and character interactions, Best Wishes was the shit for me. Because I was getting battles like every other day, and I got these funny ass character interactions like Bianca's weird obsession with muscles, or the fact that people couldn't remember Stefan's name right.
And the other thing I want to add
And
about
then you
the
got
other-
characters reoccur like Luke, who wasn't even like a fucking trainer.
Oh, the
Yeah,
movie
Zorua.
guy.
I just want to add one more thing.
Well, go
and,
ahead, Teaser.
and that's another reason why I didn't like XY. It was the whole Mega Evolution special, and then they merged everything together, and I kind of
love that.
fucked it.
They merged
It
it so
fucked
poorly.
everything up. it ended up fucking everything in the end because
mostly to Alon, which is sad because
to Alon, because Alon becomes now the scapegoat, and it becomes like this little.
I mean,
thing.
I would rather Alon somebody from watch like Mega Evolution than fucking Tobias, some weird no name with 2 legendary Pokemon, pure fucking nowhere.
It's
no, listen, I like Alon as a character. I still have no disrespect towards him winning the league or anything because his character got it. I'm just saying the unfortunate thing about it is that Ash is tied to it, and therefore that's my big issue.
And the other problem is Alon got Pokemon out of nowhere, which I don't fucking understand either. And that's the whole thing.
I think my problem is with X and Y is that the characters were just not even like I know I talked about Ash, but just all the characters were just not interesting to me. Tierno was fun, but it's like barely got
it was a distraction. Yeah,
he was the only fun character. Like, just
they're like that in the game.
Everyone was just boring to me. Like even Alon, as epic as he is, he's just boring. I think that's why I like. Unfortunately, Best Wishes fell flat, but it's like they had such amazing, funny, dynamic rivals. Yes. And I think that's why I gravitate to it more, because I'm just that type of person that I like a show for its characters, and it sucks when the characters fall flat. Whereas some people like the story better.
I like the adventure.
I think I interpreted Alon a little differently, because to me, Alon did seem very serious note, but then Marin came around and sort of unhinged him a little bit. Yeah, unhinged him a little. Because his whole arc is that he's sort of standalone. But then Marin comes and he starts actually caring about something. Now he's fighting for something other than himself. He's fighting so that he can help Marin's Chespin, because Chespin gets sick, like in Mega Evolution Act 4, I believe.
Yeah, it was the 4th one.
Yeah, in Mega Evolution Act 4. So now he's fighting for someone. So I guess the idea is that he's become less secluded. Because even then it takes him down a dark path to the point where even when Sycamore is like showing up during the league's orientation, he gives him the cold shoulder. Yeah, he gives him the cold shoulder, which is sad because he was friends with Sycamore. But now you slowly see him working more with Lysander. He doesn't even know that Team Flare's doing bad shit. He just is following orders. So when it's revealed that he's been helping Team Flare the whole time, he feels bad about it. But Ash is able to take a stand, and Alon's able to look up to him like the other characters did.
Yeah.
It's kind of disheveled by the fact that he loses, but whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, KVG put it best. We talked about this about several months back. It's not exactly how you start, it's how you finish. And that's why I kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. It's like compounding all the problems that I had with X, Y, and X, Y, and Z, and the freaking, the bum episodes that happened with that. It's just like it started off okay, then it went almost nowhere, and then you have X, Y, and Z, and then you had the final climax, and like, oh, this is going to be great. Oh, maybe this will finally redeem it, and all of a sudden, and it's like,
I mean, in show they point out these issues in show. Ash even states when he loses, "Sorry, I let you guys down." He says that to everybody, and they say, "Don't worry about it. You put in a good fight." So the show recognized that he was supposed to win.
But does that make it any better?
But I would say the biggest problem, I think the biggest offender, is that the way that they worded the damn preview in the magazine. That's what fucked everything up.
You want to know what else?
I don't forgive him for that.
I want to put into context something. Tyrone, you said how much like of a shonen that X and Y feels like to you.
Yeah.
Right. Here's the kicker though. Ash wasn't Goku. Ash was Vegeta.
Actually, no, he was. Goku loses in Battle of Gods. Traditionally in shonen, they do this thing where it's like, the character transformed the main villain in the end. No, Goku transformed, still lost the fight. He just won the war. He stopped Beerus from destroying Earth. So, yeah, I still stand by what I said.
No, what I'm saying is that Ash wasn't the main character in that situation.
You know what I remember reading a while back? I forgot what magazine scan it was in particular, but I do remember they talked about how Alon was kind of like the Luke Skywalker of the series or something like that.
Yeah, if anything, they made Alon the shonen.
That's what I'm saying. He was the protagonist, and Ash was just the secondary character.
Yeah. Also, another thing as well. You know what also ticked me off too? Diantha. Only because when she said, "Oh, Ash and Greninja are the key," and I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting."
What key?
And then it ended up being the key to unlock
Damn.
Alon and Charizard's true potential. That's what the key was all about. It was
No,
to
the
unlock
key was
the
to
potential.
to help defeat Zygo.
Yeah, but does that make him a special key though? Because it technically was, the others that did
Like
the
I
help.
said, it's a shonen. They treated it like a shonen.
The
Ash
problem
wasn't
with
the main- Ash
that's
wasn't the main character.
that's the big problem is that there's a lot of pressure for Ash to win the league. Like that's where the main issues come in. Which
Because they
again,
set it up so much.
which again, because that means literally that what that means is if Ash had won the league, everybody's opinions would be completely different about this show.
Can I also add something at the end though, as we go
Go
wrap
on,
things up
man.
as well? You know what made me appreciate Ash in other series? He had another goal set in motion alongside his league goal. Let me put this into perspective with OS. The original series, I'm talking about from Kanto all the way to Johto, discounting even the Orange Islands victory, by the way. It's his rivalry with Gary. That was something that led to the finale, which made that so satisfying that even when he lost, it was still something well earned. Then going into AG, he did lose the league, but guess what came after that? The Battle Frontier. DP, what was the whole saga about since the very beginning? The rivalry between Ash and Paul and the ideals that these two have and how they clash with one another. Best wishes. X and Y. Now, with X and Y in particular.
Damn.
With X and Y, we'll skip that one in a bit. We'll go back to that one in just a second. With Sun and Moon, a whole premise was about people and Pokemon. In fact, they made that the key finale thing in the fight against the giant totem Pokemon, because they mention it in the statement as they're fighting against it. Everything that we've done in this entire region has a premise, has a goal, has a role into making them become who they are in the present timeline, and that led them to their eventual victory. It was how everything, despite how people view it, had a purpose and played a pivotal role into making Ash be the champion, and something that ties everything all together despite it looking sloppy for many. Now, in X and Y, aside from Ash winning the league, what secondary goal did he have that other series
during
had
that
there?
sit down with Serena states that, "Oh, you're aiming so much to become master." Ash says, "Every step I make is going towards me being a Pokemon master." That includes no matter whether he wins or loses that league, it was a step for him to get closer because he's getting stronger with every trainer that he fights. He learns something. He's gaining something. He's taking something in. When he loses the league, Team Flare immediately attacks. Once Team Flare attacks and that's done and over with, he's headed back home. Like he's already mindset to go back home. So the series is basically kind of done with it already. Because remember, XY has the least amount of episodes out of all the other series.
Unfortunately.
So he's done. So I don't feel that there was anything needed after that. Because he was already headed home.
It felt like there was something missing, is what
Missing.
I'm saying. X, Y, and Z had everything tied together, because my issue is that normally whenever Ash does lose the league, he has something else to bounce from it, from other, sagas. Battle Frontier win, the rivalry with Paul victory, the finale of Sun and Moon. And it wasn't just about the champion. The champion thing could go on its own. You could put that to the side. I'm talking about the rivalry between him and Kukui. That was the real story of that. The league didn't matter at the end of the day. It was about those two and how
More like a family bond.
Yeah, the
And
father and
biggest
son
problem-
showdown.
And the biggest thing is that after the league, then you have Flare, you have Lysander attack and all that shit, and it's like that doesn't seem as satisfying when the smoke clears. Realistically,
Yeah, because it's like now you're with a
it's
sour
like-
taste.
it's like it's not only the sour taste. It's like it doesn't. The secondary goal was like it's so small in terms of episode length versus the other series where you had that in the background building up as as a secondary thing. Battle Frontier lasted like 60 like 50
A year,
episodes. Basically a year. This lasted like 3 months. That's and there was no indication. I mean, there was very little indication that this would have happened. after the league, and then to have this crap happen, and then to have that come up as a last-minute goal after the crushing defeat of the league, that leaves that is like the aftertaste you get after fucking lidocaine in a fucking dentist chair.
And also with the Zygarde thing as well, I love it. But guess what? Ash doesn't have that victory alone. He shares it with everybody.
I mean, if anything, that proves that like his impact towards the Kalos, like how he was able to join forces with all of the gym leaders.
He had a
champions.
connection with everybody, and I like that.
So he brought, he brought everyone together. I'll admit, I'm upset with the fact that Ash lost the league too. And I even stated, I feel like something was done with the writing at that point. I feel like he was supposed to win.
Fucking Sergi, come on.
Yeah, I feel like he was supposed to win, but something happened.
Yeah, I'm not saying. Listen, that's why I'm so mad at this series.
I've been able to get over his loss because he got over his loss. That's how I've been able to cope with it. Ash is all right with it. Like, he even states that, he let everybody down. But at the end of the day, if anything, I feel like he uses that loss to help him get humble with his Pokemon and become, better for Sun and Moon when he ultimately wins it.
When he says that whole, I'm sorry that I lost, I feel like he wasn't even talking to them.
I
feel like he was just talking to us.
Yeah,
but that doesn't make it better. Just because you say you're sorry doesn't make it better. Just because you cause a plane accident to happen in a building or something and then say, I'm sorry, guys, that I failed to do this, doesn't make it any better. You still did damage that's unrepairable.
But remember Froakie. I think Froakie's a good example, actually.
Froakie, no.
Remember Froakie? Froakie openly ignores all of the trainers that take him from before because they're too weak. Them losing is what has him abandon them, right? Well, when Ash ends up taking Froakie in and he evolves into Greninja and Ash Greninja starts losing and stuff to Shota and then Wolfric later, Ash's biggest fear is that Greninja's leaving him, distancing himself from him. Because he did the exact same thing. He did the exact same thing that every other trainer did. Lose. The problem is that once Ash and Greninja come closer together and their bond comes closer, winning or losing doesn't matter anymore. Just so long as they're in it to become stronger. And that shows that when Greninja is in his biggest fight, the one against Mega Charizard, he loses, but he doesn't throw a fit like he did when he lost against Sylveon way back when it was a Froakie. Ash taught him to be humble. That's his character arc.
Yeah, that's Froakie's arc.
Yeah, but Ash is Froakie's trainer. They're together. That, if anything, that kind of leads on the bond phenomenon. Work as one, so their development should be as one.
Yeah.
And then ended up being a cop out for fucking the Sun and Moon game to be the DLC.
He's like, now you can have Ash Greninja.
Now you can have Ash Greninja.
You can have.
That was the biggest wound I've ever gotten from that series.
That was the big. And also not to mention that we never got
KG say now you can lose the Kalos League.
It's like now, but now it's like a big fuck you. It's like we don't have Pokemon Z or a true ending to X and Y because the post game was shit, and then we have a shit ending to the anime.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a double-edged sword. It's like, oh, and there's an aside. Oh, by the way, okay, yeah, we have you can find the Zygarde things in here. Here is Satoshi Koga as a kind of a thing. It's like, yeah. Oh, by the way, that league thing. Sorry, here is a Satoshi Greninja Koga. So it's kind of like it's the biggest fuck you. It's like the biggest fuck you that you can have.
Maybe not just to the anime, but to the region too.
I'm gonna quail my rant. I'm gonna quail my rant only because KG does this.
What happened?
No, I thought you said you were coming to the end. So.
Oh no.
If you had any final
thoughts, you guys can go ahead. I'm also I'm pretty much done with my talk on this. I feel like I got my message
too.
across.
But you know what? This was good because now
we can bring this back up 3 months later.
We can bring this back up 3 months later. But not to mention that now we finally get an understanding. It's like now X, Y, and Z. Gen 6 in total was a problem in many different ways, and that's why it's very divided. The games are broken. The anime had shit moments, and it's like then you have all this together, the good moments and you have the bad moments. It's just a pile of shit, and we have to just get past.
You know what, Polly? Even if you X out.
Wait, what?
Here's one thing that X and Y, and you're not gonna break me on this one, guys. Sorry. Bonnie.
Oh, no, I'm not saying she's.
Oh no. She's
You're not gonna break
Oh,
me
she's
on this.
really.
fine. What are you talking
no,
about?
she was actually the best character.
She was the
Very
only
nice.
best
No
character
shit,
in the
okay?
show.
Yeah.
She was the best character. She saved
God
that
bless
series.
Bonnie.
But it's like,
Yeah, Bonnie.
but it's like
That's something we can all agree on.
No. See,
Yeah.
Bonnie is
Not
the
me.
face of X and Y,
Yeah.
not Ash.
But
Let
that's
that-
like putting perfectly caramelized onions on a burnt fucking charcoal burger.
Oh God.
That's the problem.
What?
Just because you have something pretty
I
and
think-
something great doesn't mean
actually,
it's gonna
All I'm
contain
gonna
everything
say
that
is,
it
all
had
I'm gonna
prior.
say is I'm dead ass about doing
Done.
this sit down and rewatching of X and Y
Yeah.
to give
I
it
think-
like a legit chance. But the problem is it's 140 episodes, so we need to know in advance.
I know. I
It's
still have to
gonna
watch
take
DP.
I ain't gonna go through all 140 again, buddy.
No,
I don't want those bad memories to come back to my
Okay.
head.
Really between
uh,
Paulie and Tyrone that I need to do it with.
The two busiest
Okay.
people. No.
Yeah, it always
Evie-
fucking happens.
Evie, what were you gonna
I'm
say,
actually
buddy?
not.
Go ahead. Evie.
No, I was gonna let Polly speak.
Oh, okay.
No, just real quick.
They
Just real
forgot
quick.
we're
I just
doing
want to say that I'm glad we had this discussion. I know it's kind of like, why X and Y? Why are you talking about X and Y? Well, I think it's important to kind of gauge like what we want in this series, even though nobody really knows for sure what's going to
Not
happen.
even Ash knows because he doesn't know what a Pokemon Master is.
Yeah, because like I said, I don't know. It's just something about it is very anticipatory, and I could be wrong, and we might be all disappointed. But I think it's just kind of I love these types of talks where we talk about the differences between each generation, what we liked and what we didn't, because it just kind of builds up to what we're expecting for this series that's going on right now, and
Yeah,
how
2019.
we've just come so far, no matter if it's stuff we liked or stuff we hated. So, and I love that we all have different opinions. So I just wanted to say that.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. That's what makes these podcasts fun. You know, I know we tend to have topics, but it's sometimes fun to go off topic and have these little debates. You know.
Heated discussions. Heated discussions.
Little.
I like I said, the heated discussions is what makes us stand out. I think. I love that.
I
I
think
just
you
love
like the
the
chaos too.
the chaos is cool
Yes!
because chaos control.
Yeah.
Chaos.
No, it's chaos Swiss roll. Get
I
it
got
right.
a perfect summary for this entire.
It's not as speedy. Must be using the Chaos Emerald tool.
Oh, fuck
I
you,
got
we're not
an
doing this.
entire just a brief lyric here that could just summarize everything that's just been talked about for the past 3 hours, and it's probably one of everyone's favorite songs. I tried so hard and got so far,
fuck
but
you.
in the end, it doesn't even matter.
No, we
It
have to
doesn't
have,
even matter.
no, we have to do the reanimated version.
Yeah, so
See,
That's
she
the
gets
best-
it.
that's the best version.
Very smart individual.
overall, that's pretty much the best way to go and summarize everything for this entire pod. I am starting to notice, how far are we? Oh, wow, it's been 3 hours now.
People have
Oh, wait,
work
there's
apparently.
something-
And-
You said
and-
3
and-
hours a
and-
second ago.
We hit like 3.5. Oh, it's 3.5 hours. Like 3
Yeah,
hours,
you said
20
three-
minutes.
Yeah, I didn't even
There's-
pay attention to that. I
there's
was
just
just
one
more
more
listening to
thing.
it.
New record.
Go-
Wait, go ahead, Polly.
Go ahead, Paul.
No, I think it's funny because a lot of people are like, "Oh wow, this is getting pretty heated." Like whatever. There's a lot of love between us. I think, especially this
Yes.
week with celebrating our birthdays. And not like everybody knows this, but the whole group kind of went behind the scenes this week because 3 of us in the group had birthdays, and they did this whole like really sweet video montage for each of us, and I was really touched by that. And I know that KG and Nessa were too. And
Oh,
so, I
Nessa
mean,
was really touched by it. She loved it.
Despite like us arguing about this, at the end of the day, it's all it is Pokemon. I think the reason why we might argue is just because we are so passionate about it, and what brings us together is that we love this show so much.
And
This is my like, favorite.
And
thing.
the other day, as long as we're
I just
Sorry.
wanted for the views.
Right. The thing though is there's a specific there's a specific line between hey freaking like having kind of like the shoulder to shoulder tussle versus actually wanting to kill a person.
Yeah, it's a debate versus a
Yeah.
flat out
Yeah.
argument. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like the dumpster fires that you see on forums or on Twitter. We're talking about hey, we can have a little bit of a fiery moment, and then we can just turn off the
Yeah,
gas.
I love these guys as much as I had to fight for X and Y just like not an hour ago. None of them ever insulted me.
Correct.
Like at no point, no one ever was like, "You're fucking stupid. X and Y is trash, and you're trash."
which is why you should stay away from Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
stay away from
we're
Twitter.
criticizing, because each of us are when Tyrone was speaking, we're criticizing the facts of what we thought of the series itself, not a personal attack, because people don't understand that. It's like, people think that, oh, we're disagreeing with somebody, we're personally attacking that person. That is not true. That is 100% not true. Because you got to remember, it's like, and that's what the thing is. It's like, you have to get it into your head that just because you want to debate someone else because they have a different opinion from you doesn't mean that you're attacking that person directly, like personal attacks.
This is
And
gonna do
that's the
some
problem.
shit, guys. Don't fuck with him.
Yeah, he's out of all of us. He's the
Oh, me
least
too.
person you want to. He's the one you don't want to interact with.
And that's just and that's what it is. It may seem chaotic, okay, and it may seem that we're like freaking ripping each other's brains out, but understand that this is how much passion that we have, and we have a mutual respect for one another.
Yeah. Plus, it's boring when there's the same.
It's
I've been in
one-sided.
Yeah, it's like you want to talk
Cough,
like
cough.
this monotone, and it's like, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I agree with everything that everyone ever said, ever.
Quack.
It's
You mean
also,
honk?
it's also another good thing to
I'm
have
saying
back
quack.
against.
Fuck you. I believe in the.
Why you make me sad?
Sabo comes on the screen at the same fucking time.
I believe in the. All I'm saying, listen. At the end of the day, it's just an anime. These are
Yes,
just,
it is.
It's just a cartoon. You
It's my
enjoy it.
life, Tyrone.
I agree with every disagreement.
I agree with every disagreement.
Oh my
We
goodness.
gotta quote that.
Sergi's the one responsible
Donnie,
for
do the
that.
Sergi, we
clip
love
thing.
you. We
Yeah,
love
Donnie,
you, Sergi.
Donnie, do
And
the
we-
clip thing.
Oh yes, and by the way, Tabasco Boshi in the chat, Sergi.
Yes.
He has Kev, can you flip to the main
Yeah,
thing?
show
please?
us.
Yeah.
Show us.
Please
Oh.
flip to the
show how
main
good
thing.
we look.
Yes, this
Because
man.
we have to give because Sergi in the chat, he made all of the logo. He made all of the main logo. The main logo is done by somebody else, but all of the character logos that you see here representing each one of us, Sergi did it.
Yeah.
Even John's too,
Oh,
which I
mine
don't have
too.
yours.
Yeah, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, and John.
Oh, and
too,
also the
yes.
pods as well. So once again, Serge, I don't know how you do it, man. You're incredible. We appreciate.
You are
Wanna
great.
continue
follow,
to do
follow
more.
him. Follow him on Twitter.
Sergi
at
Romero.
Sergi Romero.
Yeah.
Please.
So, I guess let's go call it a wrap then, guys. What do you say?
Yeah.
I'm also starting to feel depleted. I did not think this would get this hectic as it did. Okay,
But
I
I'm
actually
happy.
did. I actually planned all this in advance just for this
Well,
moment.
you
so I'm
know
very
what's
happy.
funny? Just before
Yeah,
we
the
go,
Sharingan. You
just
didn't
before
tell me
we go, remember that one PokePod that we had way back in the day where we talked 3 hours about 5 minutes of fucking footage, like 5 seconds of footage?
Yes.
Yes.
It's nostalgic, don't you think?
Depends
It's
on what footage you're
nostalgic.
talking about.
Eat all of it.
All
all
of
of it.
That doesn't help.
All of it.
But yeah, so I'm gonna. Yeah, so somebody says I'm gonna continue my snafu binge. I gotta get back into watching snafu.
Oh
to read.
no.
Oh god.
Have
Yeah,
fun.
that's
too.
Saturday.
Later,
Let's
right.
move on. Let's move on.
Okay, so thank you everybody so much from the bottom of our hearts. We absolutely appreciate you having
love you
fun with
guys.
us.
And we love that we've averaged over 55 people the entire time.
We
so
almost hit
thank you
fucking 80.
so much.
Almost there,
Hit
folks.
almost-
Yeah, we were
Wait.
there. We were just.
we were close to
Yeah.
80 folks, and we like
We were
to
close to
thank
80.
everybody for tuning in. Thank
What
you
time?
for. Go ahead,
Go ahead,
Tyrone.
Richie.
No, I'm saying, what did Tyrone say?
Tyrone. What do you want? What did you say?
The same thing. I said, yeah, we were close to 80.
Yeah, we were close to 80. We were at like 76.
Yeah, but still
Yeah.
though, 70 is still incredible.
Oh.
You guys
I'm still
and the
proud
amount of
regardless. We're
support you guys are
50
doing is
Joey.
incredible.
Joey, 55 unemployed
Joey's-
quarantine
Joey's
people.
sad.
Do you mind if I promote the?
Yes,
web-
please.
No, no,
Hold
go
on,
ahead, go
let me
ahead.
get the picture real quick, and then that
No,
way.
Yeah.
only because it's also
Good, and
Sergi's
this is
art.
good because then we don't have dogs barking in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yet.
Oh yeah. So yes, this Wednesday is the Rivals cast, and it's probably gonna be 10 p.m. Usual time.
10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Eastern time.
Oh no.
And this week we are talking about Paul, and I'm really excited because it
Pathetic.
should be a good one, even though I really had to prepare.
Pathetic.
Uh, but
That
yeah,
was
this is
terrible.
also
Move
Sergi's
on.
Orange
art,
juice.
and it's just so amazing. I'm so thankful to him. So yeah, please do check out his art. Like, this is just incredible. Like,
Yes.
I know we've gushed about it before, but I just can't stop looking at it.
Also, I
Yeah.
like how Alon's not here.
Shinji is coming.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
So-
And
In
like I said,
Endgame.
Sergi
Oh,
is
God.
Sergi is a god with the anime style. I really appreciate. He really he really goes above and beyond.
Yes, massive respect to the lad. I appreciate
Massive
everything.
props.
All
Go
right.
support him. Buy his shit. It's might be cheap, but who knows?
All right. So thank you once again, man.
I like how he was like, it might be cheap.
Okay, it was a reference to something that you guys would not gotten, and so I had to stop myself.
Oh no, it's also because it's almost 2 a.m. and I feel like my brain's about to deplete.
Yeah, and plus you have to do your dailies.
Oh yeah, don't worry, I got that in half an
Why'd
hour.
you
That's why
remind him?
No,
I
I
mean,
always
if
remember.
anything, yeah.
I have a timer on my phone to wake me up in case if I have to sleep by any chance.
Okay.
That's I've never seen
I'm so sick of
such
you.
dedication to a gotcha.
Just throw water at him.
Throw water at him.
Why do I have
No,
water?
but you'll wet my phone in the process. I don't want
That's
that.
the whole point.
Oh,
That's why you have to get a phone that's
That was my
IP67
true
rated.
goal.
I probably do. Probably this phone does have it. So I don't know. Dragalia's love, Dragalia's life. Indeed. I
Yeah,
actually
Terrell
think-
got that one.
So once again, everybody, thank you so much for
And
all
then please,
your support.
please check out Polly's channel, Age of
No,
Trade, in the description and in the chat right now, and also on YouTube as well, youtube.com/Age of Trades. Please please subscribe to her
Aw,
because she
thank
needs
you.
all the love that she can get.
Make
I
sure
appreciate
to
it.
as well. Make sure to follow if you haven't yet to be notified when she does stream, and also be notified whenever anything else happens as well. So look forward to more content for the Anipokes scene.
boy.
We have
I-
more to
I-
go since we're in quarantine time. So
Go ahead. Polly.
I don't usually do this. It's just because it's Paul, so it's gonna be really important. I think we're gonna have probably most of you guys there.
Yeah.
Right.
So
let's hope for a nice, clean, one-sided conversation.
no, I need arguments.
Jesus Christ.
I don't like how excited she is for arguments.
Given what just happened now, it would be fun.
Oh god.
All right.
Once again,
I
also
mean,
everybody give your thanks to
Pathetic.
Tyrone as well for taking all the bullets in this entire conversation.
Yeah, but he came out of here like a fucking M249.
Yeah, he still gave his
Machine gunning
reasonings.
everything out of.
No, Tyrone's like, I've been shot 27 times, but I'm still standing.
I'm still standing.
Oh, that one video. What was it?
Why he
Time and
bleeds out.
time and time again. And I
Honorable
still.
EDP.
Also, Tyrone, fuck you for what you sent me on Twitter. I just not saw it.
And I still rise. And time
Oh my
and
God.
time and time again.
Time and time again.
Hey, that was a good fucking quote. Legendary.
Oh my god.
Time and time and time again.
I'll rise up, motherfucker. I got 7 lives.
It's good.
All right.
But
then.
anyway, folks. I'll say it for KG because I want to not say something for once. If you want to check us out, the rest of us out, please check in the description down below on the Twitch channel. We have all of our Twitters, Twitch, all that kind of good stuff. YouTube. Please, give us if you like our opinions, whether it be jaded or not. Please follow us. We have differing opinions. We all respect each other, and we want to have a good conversation. So please follow us using the links down below. And that's about it. So KG, take us out.
Alrighty then. So thank you once again, everybody, for being with us here tonight. Hope you appreciate it, and we will talk with all of you guys later in whatever video we make. Take care, everybody, and as always, have yourself an awesome day. Bye, everyone.
Nice,
I will
excellent.
rise up from the ashes.
And now back to breeding ice cubes, even though I've been doing that.
I'm back. What?
Oh, Jesus Christ.